right, y'all. Welcome back to the WTB, and I am your host, Mike McCann, and I'm here with the three Halls, and I ain't talking about cough drops. I'm here with Jalen Hall, our super duper producer, Gregory Hall, my other brother, Gary Hall. So today we're going to go ahead and start off hot. We're going to go ahead and get right on in it. We're going to get straight to Charleston White, an interesting character that a lot of people have become known as you'll see right here on the screen. So, before we go ahead and get on in, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Please hit that button right below the screen. That would help us out a ton, and it's free. So
there you go.
Either way, let's go ahead and get on into Charleston White. Who is Charleston White? What does he do? What is his goals?
Well, I kind of been following this guy for a minute, and he's an interesting character. But the thing is, he came from, he was a youth, and he went to youth prison, what they call a boys' school or whatever it may be. He got caught up in a murder situation or something as a kid. And once he actually got out of this, 18 or something, he went the straight and narrow path in life. And he looked at his situation from what I see, from being an early teen gangbanger and all that in the street, doing things that didn't help the community.
What was he in jail for? Well, not jail, but the juvenile detention center.
Yeah, it was murder. It was murder. He was involved in a murder. I don't know if he necessarily did the murder, but he was a part of a group of people that got caught up in a murder. Yeah. And maybe he wasn't snitching at the time.
So, not at the time he didn't snitch, but what it was is that it was basically a robbery that just kind of went south.
Yeah.
They already had stole from, I was thinking inside a Foot Locker. Either way, I can't remember exactly the location. And they went out to the parking lot. The guy confronted him, and they shot and killed him. Mm-hmm. It wasn't him, but he was there, and he was part of the initial crime. Yeah. So he ended up getting 7 years for doing that. So that was kind of the deal there. And
also with kind of talking about what's going on with him today is more like he's become this big figure on TikTok, Instagram or whatever, and he's made a platform for himself. YouTube. And he also YouTube, and he's made a platform for himself where he's actually doing a lot of community service work. Been doing it over the years, maybe the last 10 years or so. Establishes a program, HYPE, stands for something.
Helping young people excel.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, that's it. And a lot of people are looking at him basically as a troll. And honestly, I think he done took his experiences from when he was young to where he at today, and he's turned them around to, and it don't resonate with a lot of people how he actually does his trolling, but he has a positive message in pretty much everything he's done said, but he has an extra level of aggression in his responses when it comes to certain people. And we done seen, he done trolled T.I., Bootsy, now it's Jay Prince. And pretty much, anybody that want to confront him with any situation, he don't mind putting them in their place and saying something outlandish back. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't hold back. He's not like he really presents the idea of what I explained to somebody I had a conversation with. It's like when you dealing with the streets, is it a nice way to convince somebody who's doing something wrong to do it right? Is it a nice way to do that? Or could you just present your idea and be straight up with them? Because the only way you usually change the streets is to confront it. You can't come up with ideas, plans, or whatever. You got to confront the problem and address the problem and tell them you the problem. So if you the problem, I need to come directly to you and tell you the problem. And that's kind of what he's bringing to the table now. A lot of these situations where we done glorified the streets, gave them extra credit for, dope dealing, he got the knife right. And we do this. Mm-hmm. Everybody embracing these people for breaking down your community. And now you have a guy standing up saying all this stuff is wrong. And so with that being said, it's like, okay, what are we really trying to do in our community? Because we uplifting people that should have been downgraded a long time ago. But when you get somebody actually telling you this is right, and this is the way you need to go, and this is the way you need to think and stop doing this street stuff and empower yourself to say, no, you're not doing this in my neighborhood.
So you trying to say Charleston White is the godfather of doing right?
I'm just saying he's an example. He is an example of what many people need to do.
Have you ever heard
in
that
their
message
neighborhood?
before?
Because it's only powers in numbers.
But I'm just saying, have you ever heard that message before?
One person can make a change, but a lot of people can make a difference. Speak.
Have you ever heard that message before is what I'm saying? What Charleston, you saying he's giving this message about you acting as though you just not hearing this message.
No.
Is that the first time you heard that?
I'm hearing somebody that's not afraid to confront the people that's the problem and tell them they the problem. That's what I'm hearing from him. We done addressed
you ain't never heard that before?
But, I mean, he's not really confronting them.
That's what I'm saying. You never heard that before?
He's calling them out.
He's speaking to them.
Yeah, he's sending out a message.
So that's what I'm saying. It's a message being said directly to them about they
Let me ask you a question.
And you know what? I'll go here. It's just like Boosie. Mm-hmm. I started off hearing him talking about Boosie. He went with Boosie. Boosie responded a little bit. And then he stopped.
Is that the first?
I'm not saying, I'm just saying I'm talking about some things I heard personally. So Boosie got to a point realizing I might need to leave this guy alone. Because obvious, and this, I didn't mention this about him, he's a pre-law, Charleston White is a pre-law student. And he's a student. He's still going through. Studied that. So he has a feeling law or something. So he is trying to educate himself on a level to understand what he's talking about.
He's trying to get on the couch.
Okay.
But keep going.
But and like I say, so he's not no dumb dude or nothing like that. And like I say, I think the biggest problem people have is the level of trollness he goes at other people. But like I say, I don't have a problem really doing that, because it's just when you're doing something wrong and it's being acknowledged, I could be nice about it. Everybody's not going to agree with what I'm doing.
Let me ask you something.
But at the end of the day, when I say what I say, I can say it how I want to, because you're doing whatever you want to.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever watched a full interview?
Yes, I told you I have.
How long was it?
Like 30-something minutes, probably 20.
Oh, that's not a full interview.
Yeah, you never watched. That's what I'm trying to say.
A full interview with Charleston White is 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You can't. You have to. Okay, he's a good snippet. A snippet person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
15 seconds, 20 seconds.
One person.
Right. That's what I'm saying. A snippet.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about he's good at getting snippets.
He, like you say, TikTok.
He's one person.
Yeah, I know that. He's one person. But this one person, you saying, has rectified the outcry of violence.
That's what you say.
No, that's what you just said. Charleston White saying, you think he the first person who said something to somebody, or is he the first one who put it out on video that he's probably saying something to somebody?
I clearly just stated he's confronting.
You think he the first one?
Yeah, but you were saying he's like the only one to come out with it.
I mean, no, it's been plenty. I'm saying, but he's taking a different approach towards people.
He took a comedy approach towards it. Because Charleston White, you never heard of Charleston White until he became this so-called Rat Williams. I'm telling on folks. Let's tell on folks. It's a comedy act.
But what's wrong with telling?
It's a lot wong with telling if you just telling for the fun of just telling.
If you want,
what is he not telling on?
If you're doing it for jokes, like he said, he's a comedian.
No, what do you know?
But what is he not telling on?
He's a comedian.
What are you?
Rat Williams is a comedian.
So he just want to crack jokes.
That's what he does.
He does that, and he does community service. He does a lot of.
He does a lot of things.
And his message does mean something.
Okay, hold on. Jay, what you got?
Means something.
Debate the message. Go ahead.
He does a lot for the youth, and what Dad is saying.
Yeah, he did that.
Calling out people. You don't see anybody on any platform or any openly calling out and speaking in the manner he does to these gang members. And
again, he said it himself on his own interviews, like, didn't nobody listen to nothing that I had to say until I started cussing. Until I became this Rat Williams. So now I'm Rat Williams.
But that doesn't take away from like
what he's trying to do. I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But what are you trying to say?
I'm just trying to say his calling out. You have to look at his whole interview.
Just explain it to me then.
Okay.
What I'm trying to tell you is you taking snippets and building a story off of snippets. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's like a snippet here, snippet there. You can hear him say something outrageous like, oh, blah, 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 blah.
Ain't nobody watching 2 seconds of a clip.
That's what it's all about.
Well thought out, entertained
Most
situation.
People are watching
he's talking about situation, and it's been presented. He gives the question. I'm hearing whatever I need to hear from that.
Yeah,
and
but
his answer to whatever he's talking about, what I heard, made complete sense to me.
And see, my counter to that is this. You've listened, and we just heard you say literally you listened to 20, 30 minutes of an interview. Like I said, Charleston White has made we listened to it earlier. He's made over $200,000 a year. That's usually about where he's at. He makes a lot in speaking engagements.
Yeah.
Usually those speaking engagements, they're all longer than 20, 30 minutes. They're all hour to 2 hours worth of content. And like I said, you could take 20 to 30 minutes of anybody speaking and get something good out of it. I mean, you can get something great out of it.
Okay, so at some point he's just going to fall off and start talking crazy?
I'm just saying.
Yes. That's what
But the whole point is,
the thing is,
he must not be putting that content out to me.
My counter is
because I ain't heard it.
My counter is
I haven't heard anything he said to me. This sounds crazy.
He does talk crazy.
I mean, he talks crazy.
I'm
just saying, but when it comes
he says so many bad
to
things
certain
about dead
things
people that it's shameful.
Now, has he said some outlandish shit?
Yeah.
Yes. He has.
But in reference
in reference to
association with anybody who is a gangbanger.
Yeah.
I mean, especially them, but I mean, sometimes, I mean, and to that, to each his own. If he wants to. But
let me lower the narrative a little bit.
So
I just think he's focused at
he's a character.
Yes, he is.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's like a movie character. If you take Denzel from Training Day, that guy, you can find yourself listening to him if he was constantly putting out Denzel Training Day thing. You see what I'm saying? Because that was a good character. He's a good character.
What he's saying
is, but the message, but you don't think the message he giving resonate at all?
I'm not saying he.
Yeah, give me some false narrative of this character that he's presenting. Give me false narrative.
That's not the point
he doesn't have to tell me
give me
that
something.
Stuff matters.
Not the point he's making.
What are the point of y'all trying to make? Because I'm not getting it.
I'm trying to throw it to another angle, and like that's the only thing I'm trying to present.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to present another angle is like this. What he's saying is you create a character. What you do is you create that character spinning
Right.
off a good message that other people have spent. There's been other people who try to sell his message. The only thing is he was louder with it. He was better with it. He was more provocative. He was more vulgar with it. So people listen to it because it got more clicks.
Right.
You get clicks. He does this stuff to make money. That's how he lives. His organization doesn't make money. It doesn't.
But he gives back to his community and tries to present a false message.
How much money can he get back a year?
But the
How much money
only
is he
real
giving back?
thing,
He's barely making more than us.
See,
So when he running around
understand
with
what
all
I'm just
this,
saying.
with all this, make America great again, Donald Trump gear,
but
the rebel flag running around. Hey, we yeehaw now. So you with all that.
The message I'm trying to send
I'm just saying he's
that
sending that out too.
He has no problem confronting the problem or saying something to the problem where a lot of people won't even address the problem. And that's the only thing I'm really speaking on.
He's not the only one.
Now, we're talking about one right now. That's it. We're not talking about everybody. We're talking about Charleston.
And that's who we're talking about.
So he actually addresses what's wrong in the black community.
That's what I'm saying. So when he say
with the people,
when he say
they needed to
when he say
to fix the problem,
have black
and I'm not
babies.
afraid. Greg,
Don't go have
I'm
black
not sitting here
babies.
saying I'm
Don't
agreeing
do
with
that.
everything he's saying. I'm just saying he will say because he's a comedian,
Right, and it's an
He's
outrageous
outlandish.
statement. It's all intentionally done to purposely orchestrate and rouse.
rile up people.
So yeah, and
Guess what? If you don't get likes and clicks, he's not going to keep getting invited onto other podcasts. He's not going to keep getting invited on the shows and making these monies from his speaking
But they don't invite any of these people who are saying this message to begin with. Where are they?
They don't bring the ratings.
And who are they?
Think about his comedy tour. His comedy tour exists.
Give me one other person that's doing that.
You don't know their names.
Because
you don't.
Because again, you ain't
Who are they? I'm saying if I was saying it, I would be looking at it.
You know who Dr. Umar Johnson is?
All the time.
Okay,
we talk about him all the time.
Do you think he say the same thing Charleston White saying?
He say it in his own way. But like I said, he does.
So think he's saying the same thing that he says?
To a certain degree, he is. But like I said, listen to Umar Johnson. He said some things, but maybe also he don't do some of the things he say.
Like what? Charleston White does?
Don't get me started on Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar is a question mark by me.
You would question Dr. Umar before you question Charleston White.
Yes, I would.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Yes, I would.
All right.
You're saying like
I'm like, dang. I wouldn't have thought you would have been that impressionable. You know, that's
however you want to take it. You can take it how you want to.
I'm just telling you.
What is there to question about Charleston White?
Yeah.
What is there to question?
No, I'm saying
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm saying.
Find
you're gonna take. He was saying that Charleston White is presenting this message out that nobody else is doing. Calling out people nobody else is calling out.
Of course.
And you just said Dr. Umar do that. He just do it differently. So there go one.
I don't know he calling out black people.
Who Charleston White calling out?
The
gang members.
Right. And the most important aspect of it is that he calls out people like that without fear behind it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to be afraid.
Crazy.
What are you talking about?
That is what he doing.
What are you talking about?
You on the fear.
That is what he doing.
Not scared. Why is he still walking around strapped shooting himself in the club?
Because he know they thugs. He ain't gonna be a damn fool.
But I ain't afraid.
I'm not a fool either.
What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, what are y'all talking about?
So let me ask you
If something happened to him, it was his fault. He was with that and said, if something happened to him, it was his fault.
I'm finna rile you up. I'm finna rile these people up. Then I'm finna go get the police to come and get involved. So when it gets riled up, they gonna start arresting innocent blacks.
And you know what?
No reason at all. Because his whole thing is about riling up.
No, it ain't.
These
He's
dudes are not innocent at all. The dudes
I didn't say it was innocent.
Yeah.
Who you defending? Who you defending?
Okay, so why are they in the cut with them doing the dumbass shit? If there's innocent black men involved, why are they anywhere near Charleston White? Because they know what the fuck is going to happen whenever he's there.
Right, that's why they try to get away.
Less F-bomb, sir.
You gonna get away. They trying to get away. They try, like you said, just like you just said. People realize this is not the guy to be trying to get. If I'm trying to do something, I don't need to be playing with this guy because this guy is a riler upper. He's a riler upper.
Well,
and usually it doesn't go good.
You know what he's really doing? He's really showing you can take authority in your own
you can't.
hand.
You could go to call the police.
You can
soon as something happens, call the police.
Like he said, as soon as somebody
start something and then call the police.
He's trying to start something with gangbangers.
Yeah. And call the police.
Well known and well documented gangbangers.
Then go fight them.
Okay, so Greg, what do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? Shoot him in the street?
Give me that number 2 guy.
That's what he say, dude.
But he can't do that because there's laws in place. So why would I not?
Number 2.
Okay, so if that's my message and that's what I'm trying to spread, why would I not go instigate some shit with somebody I know that is actually out here doing terrible things for the community? Of course I want them to react to me and do something stupid so that way I can put them away. I know what they've done.
Exactly.
Word gets around on the street. Nobody's stupid out here. People know what people really do.
He's a riler upper.
And so what if he is?
And you know what? Let me say this. See, like I was speaking on Boosie. Boosie don't respond, say nothing. He don't realize what the situation is. Now, let me finish. T.I. the other day, he done talk bad about his kids, everybody. Charleston White.
Done talk bad about
T.I. kids and everybody.
Yep, he sure did.
So like I said,
but he didn't talk bad about their kids.
Yeah,
they were grown ups. At 18, you ain't
kids.
no kid.
He did say that.
You still T.I.
You 18.
kids.
Oh, you 18, you a grown up.
It's still his kids.
Come on now.
Hey,
Come on now.
don't they treat college athletes and pro athletes the same way?
His child
and
or
his
whatever.
child was a celebrity trying to get clicks on the
I'm
thing
just saying,
too.
if he was playing basketball, they would be criticizing him.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
at the end of the day, he didn't mind going all in on saying something, but usually a thug so-called like what T.I. was back in the day is going to have a serious problem with Charleston White saying. So he's going to take this personal because even with Lil Flip, T.I. just showed up in Houston riding around the neighborhood. You know, this happened. And it's like, okay, obviously he take things personal. But I did see an interview where it seemed like T.I. decided, you know what? I'm a grown-ass man now. I need to leave this alone. I got people to pay. I got money to make. I'm going to focus in on what I'm doing. And this is the thing you as a street, because the thing I keep saying, Charleston White is not telling no lies. He just happened to be going at some people, and then when they got to say something, it's hard for them to really respond because if they saying he wrong, prove it. Because he's telling them the truth about themselves. And then if they real gangbangers, they gonna do the gangbanging thing. But then you got to ask yourself, and this the thing I realized too. You got Charleston White, and this is what me and Mike had a conversation the other day. You go to high school, right? It's this guy, you know, you can beat him up 10 times out of 10, right?
Right.
You can just fall out the bed and whoop him. Now you're a grown man, right? Mm-hmm. That same guy here is calling you out like Charleston White. Do you have the vengeance in you to really want to go whoop him?
Some do.
But you know you can beat him.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like I really got a desire to go prove I'm going to jail for beating up somebody I knew I could beat 10 times out of 10.
The point being was like, you get much older. There's no point anymore. You should have died in you. Like, I mean, you really shouldn't care to. You already knew you could whoop them then. You could probably whoop them now. But it's irrelevant. You're grown. First of all, what all he's saying is, at this point, there's no need to fight this guy.
No need. But there's still
But I'm
grown
just saying
people
there's-
out here trying to perpetuate that they're really still in here
That's
doing
why I
that.
said, yeah, people still
Right.
would be willing to fight over it. Though.
But I'm like, I know I could beat the brakes off this
But no,
guy.
but
What
some
does that
people-
have to do with
Yeah,
it?
but
though?
you-
I'm just saying, this is kind of like
But see, this is what I
you
was
looking
saying.
at Charleston White. Do I really want to go out to Charleston White
But see, I
to
remember
prove what?
my
And like I said, you can mess around being in prison because he's locked up. So he don't mind getting you locked up. He done showed his hand. Now it's up to you how you want to approach him. Like I said, so like I just said,
And it's
it
not
just
like Charleston
seemed
White
like
was trying to hide any of that.
T.I. said he's just like Bootsy. He's just gonna back out. You probably won't hear a whole lot from T.I. no more. Now he's also going hard in on Jay Prince. And Jay Prince, you know, I can see that's in him a little bit to want to do something because on his interviews he was responding like that. You know, not saying anything, but words in a certain manner make you think something matter. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but also Jay Prince got to realize, man, I'm here, and I'm letting this dude get me like this.
But see,
And it's just, and I also got to listen to the man's message. And see, that's what I said.
So
His message,
what is his message?
resonate. I mean, he's talking about
Stop
clean-
gang
yeah.
banging.
No,
No, I'm talking about what
Cleaning
is
up the
his message?
street.
What is
Gang
his
bang.
message to Jay
Stop,
Prince?
stop praising the streets.
No.
Stop praising killing.
No.
Stop praising gang banging.
So-
Stop praising killing people. Just doing all kind of bad things in the community.
So how
He's
does that
not for
resonate? So how does that resonate with Jay Prince?
It might
Because
not.
that's I don't know.
see, that's
I'm just saying,
I'm asking you.
But according
You the one
to
said he
their
going after
lifestyle,
him now.
rap a lot, how they grow, I don't know. Lifestyle. Everybody got a different lifestyle. Everybody got a way they want to do things.
Exactly.
And so,
hey,
but
that's-
he's saying the old way is not the best way no more. So if you want to
What
do
kind
something,
of religious retreat that you go on with Charleston White that he done brainwashed you like that? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
okay, well, give me something he said wasn't true then.
We should be having no black babies.
That was an outrageous
Probably
claim
were talking crazy.
in relation
but
to
see,
something.
that's what he's saying. Like, this is
Right.
the part now.
We know he a comedian, but
hey, hold on. Let me
Okay.
please get something in here. The point being
Okay.
is, wasn't really to just disagree. It was really just to point out there is another aspect to it that could be available. There's another avenue that is available. Never once disagreed with any of his messaging. I kept saying, I want to make a counter. I want to make a counter. I never wanted to say like I definitively, agree with this. I'm just saying I want to make a counter to the point. Point being is he could find out one day, really just a troll out here looking for clicks, use it for money, and that's a possibility. Because if you listen to a lot of the stuff he keeps talking about in his interviews, if you listen to the extra hour and a half in it, you'll get stuff like we should have no more black babies. Black families are ruined. Black single mothers are ruining the black community.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Those things have been stated. Lots. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
Now, the thing
in
is-
detail, you can listen to some of the facts. When he's saying it, it makes
But
sense.
what I'm saying is like in anybody's, like when people start saying a lot of stuff, as much as people hate it, Donald Trump said stuff that was true. But people got lost in
made
other
some
stuff
sense.
that
Right.
they didn't like. So they
But
dismissed stuff that was
It
true.
came from the person you didn't want to hear it from.
Exactly.
But if it makes sense, it makes sense. I don't care where it came from.
But yeah, and that's the case. But also,
And-
go ahead.
That's not you.
Hold on.
The most important aspect of it is how you deliver the message as well. He does come off a bit abrasive and like
Yes.
very rough with how he chooses to word and express his points. But I mean, these same people are very rough and abrasive. So I mean, you have to respond with the same level of
I am that's
intensity.
my son.
But what I
Right.
wanted
I
to
said that
But I
to
wanted to-
somebody.
but
I
to your-
actually said the exact same thing.
But what we were trying to say to your point is you keep thinking you keep looking things through your lens. And I keep trying to tell you, you got to look through other people's lens. Yes, I know. But what I'm saying is
I said the exact same.
Jay Prince,
Jay just said.
he doesn't always going to look or react to things the same way you would. You keep saying, why would
exactly
you do
right.
this? you're right. I don't understand why they would react.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense, but that doesn't mean
I'm not saying he
won't.
ain't.
It
I
doesn't
left
mean
two
a lot of these
avenues.
other people
I
don't
say
feel
he
a certain-
strike me as somebody who will.
Yeah, but you also
But
said,
I'm saying, but you gotta ask yourself
yes,
personally.
but you also said, why would he? And I said,
I'm
because-
saying, I'm asking, thinking in his mind,
To
why would I
maintain-
let him do this to me? And I got all these situations going on for me. I'm just saying he can do what he want to.
But in his mind,
But
he might
I'm
not
just
think of it
saying,
that way.
with the idea, kind of like talking about Ja, not trying to get Ja making some mistakes right now in life. Bad. And it's like,
well, we can, keep going.
okay. Well, we can get into Ja. Okay, because it's sad. Because I don't want to see this being another coulda, shoulda, woulda been. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Because obviously this dude got it all.
Yeah.
But you out here pretending to be a
Thug.
thug.
And it's like,
He's
had nothing in his past that's
and
really
your
said
bag has been delivered. But
he just got paid to some
just got paid. Come from a father and a mama in the household. Grew up
Two-parent household.
Yeah, two-parent household.
This would be an anomaly.
Seemed like he would have value, but see, sometimes at a young age, I think he's like 23.
Right. Yeah.
He's 22.
Ja
Ja?
26.
No, he ain't no 26.
Yes, he's 2.
No, 22.
Dude, he's 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
Brandon Clark's 26 years old.
Yeah.
It's to perpetuate the image.
Greg.
To keep to
He only been in the league a couple
Right.
years. He played 1 year in college.
I honestly thought
he was in the
played
league at 19.
Yeah.
He's
He
20.
was a junior though, wasn't he?
No.
He was a junior in sophomore.
Sophomore.
He was a
Might have
junior.
been. He
sophomore.
might have been a sophomore. I don't know.
But I just thought he played through
He might
his
have
rookie
been a junior.
contract already, and now he got the big contract. That's what I thought.
No, they gave him the bag,
At
and
the
they
three.
got it like maybe a year. You
A
go
two in the league.
You paid 3 years and you
Yeah,
got
but
paid.
you play out your other contract,
That's what
and you
that's
still
what-
got your bag contract.
That's what I said. He played out his rookie
But
contract.
but let's not lose
A
focus.
number 2,
Yeah.
3
No,
pick.
don't lose
It's gonna
focus,
be
but
4
keep going.
years.
Let's not lose
Go ahead.
focus. The problem here is you got a young, blossoming superstar that got everything in front of him, and he seemed like he's trying to make a strong attempt to let all that go. Because
Why you think so? What did that come from?
I can tell you exactly why.
age and
Well, hold on.
image.
For
Go
somebody
ahead.
his age.
And this
Help me.
still relates to the other thing that we'll get into. It's you don't want to come across as corny. A lot of people want to have that edge about them, or especially young black men and youth want to look like
Men.
men, and I'm that
Tough.
I'm that dude. I'm
Yeah.
that guy out here.
I hold
And-
it down.
I'm the
Right.
man in this piece.
No,
Right,
like
yeah.
that serious.
That's really it.
That's it.
So in order to
Yeah.
do that, I gotta look like I'm not gonna take anything from
Alonzo.
anybody else. So I might pop on live with a gun for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
And then also to maintain because the women want that too.
For whatever
Just
they
a
do.
little
And
thugging.
you
Yeah.
gotta have like that appeal amongst the women. Men have to respect you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These street dudes have to respect you, and these street women have to want you and desire you. So you have to appear as like you're a part of that culture.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
really
that-
appreciate
and
that
that's deep.
perspective because you are that age.
That
Same
age.
But
age
you
as
know
them.
what? That's every generation.
Right.
To an extent.
Yeah, that's every
Yeah,
generation.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I can remember the same. I could have said that then if I was 20. I could sit like you saying, I don't see how he doing that. I'm finna throw all of it away.
No, I
but
know.
your truth
No, I
is,
understand
no, what I'm
that,
just trying
but
to
I
say.
just-
That's what I'm just.
It's
That's what
right
you,
there for you, and you got it.
but you know why.
Okay.
That's what I'm
Hold on,
saying.
look.
I'm just saying you got to actually
You got
know
guidance
why.
around you too.
Okay, no, never mind.
No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, knowing why. You know why people do that. That's all I'm saying.
And he
I
said-
would think you would know why. Well, maybe I could be wrong on that too. But
'Cause what-
it's
Why
like
would I not know why?
That's what I'm trying to say is because you know if the opportunity you put money in a young impressionable mind's pocket,
Yes.
his ego gonna grow.
Yes.
It's not bigger than nobody. That's
don't
not
think he
a
already didn't
situation.
have a
It's
big
going.
ego.
Yeah, this
Yes.
gonna happen when you already and to not understand why.
I know
Do
nobody
not-
said I don't understand, but you are put in a situation where he came into stuff, and at some point, you know where you at. He got to know what I'm in the NBA.
You just said he 23.
Yeah,
Right,
but I'm not.
You don't know where you at
If
yet.
I'm 23, I'm in the NBA and I'm a superstar.
But I mean, okay, but
Okay,
you
now.
still,
And I got the bag. So there's some things that's obvious I know right now.
you do know that. But
I
you
know
still,
these things now.
Now.
I do also gotta know at some point, once I received all this and I'm young, I can blow it too. And that's the route it seems like he's going down now. Now, if he believed,
Did you
that he
know
can
that at 23?
I'm just saying, he's in another situation than me. And he's aware. Somebody saying, I gave you $200 million. I got shoe deals. I got all this stuff going for me. I'm a star. Could be pretty much the face of the league in a year or two or whatever.
Right.
I got all this in front of me. So it's like, I don't care what age you are.
Right.
You got like LeBron. LeBron had to face this from the pretty much down there from the ninth grade on.
but there's way
And
more people.
and
Like,
he dealt with. Now I would say that LeBron dealt with that well.
Okay.
Even in his situation, he came from definitely a rough situation compared to Ja.
So-
And Ja here wanting to blow his situation. LeBron came from a situation where you thought he would blow it.
I would say this.
He didn't have no
Why? Because
stable
he had a
home.
There's
Single parent.
He had a mama.
And Ja had a mama and a daddy.
He came from a household
Right.
that came up in the right
So
way.
idealistically, you would assume-
Ideally,
Right.
you would think he could handle
Right.
the
I'm not
situation.
You would think that if he had both parents present in his life and he was in a well enough situation where he made it to college, I mean, come on, man. Like, he's not no street dude. You should be aware and know that, like, doing this is
See,
throwing him away.
I totally
But-
disagree.
but my thing is
I'm
this.
just saying, I
But
just
how-
totally disagree.
I know that, Greg.
Huh? How what?
Yeah.
I know that, and I came from a broken home.
No, I'm just saying.
And, like,
No, I'm just saying. I just know. I look at, okay, if Ja wasn't like all this going on, his parents are endorsing the acts. You see what I'm saying?
How we know that?
Because why is his daddy fighting up at the game on TV, finna fight Shannon Sharp,
And they
at a
went
game?
apologize and
It
made
ain't
up.
about apology.
And like I say,
you
now
put
I
yourself
don't
out there like that.
condone.
His mama at the shoe store, she feel like somebody done said something to her.
Well,
I'm
maybe it's
calling
the-
my son. He comes up to the shoe store with straps. Not who? I'm just saying.
Okay, well, maybe
and that's
I
an
didn't know that.
endorsement act.
Okay, well, maybe we need to look at the parents.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. But
Because I didn't know that they were selling that on him. Now, if they selling that on him,
he should.
Now, if they selling that ideal to him, now you got to ask the parent. Yeah, it's a parent issue. If they not even aware, then I guess he wouldn't be aware.
I'm just saying.
If that's what you're saying.
I'm not saying
But I
it.
would think
That's what's out there. That's
LeBron
what I'm
was
saying. That's
very
the
aware
news.
all right,
and
yeah.
had no
Yeah, that's
structure.
fair. That's fair. Yeah.
What?
Okay. Yeah, you could, and both of them could still be some dumbass dickheads.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That situation is
But I'm
about
saying,
somebody
but you-
wanting to do something.
But what I'm saying, but at this point, you somebody got to be aware of something.
Right. Yeah. But
I'm just saying, let's go out and get some guns and do stupid stuff. Now
You
we
know
got all
what?
this money.
It's hard
Let's
to
act the
it's
fool.
hard to tell the money guy who's 23 not to go do something when you a hanger owner.
Well,
It's just, what are you
well,
going to tell him?
if-
Don't do that.
Right.
you're leeching
well,
onto his
somebody
success.
need to tell him before it's over.
Well, yeah. Ideally, you would hope
You
that
just
would be
said
the
he
case.
should know better.
Yes.
But then
But
you
I'm
to say
saying,
ain't no- who
but
to say ain't
apparently,
no-
if you
again,
keep doing
who's to
stuff,
say
somebody
ain't
got to
nobody
bring it
done
to your
said nothing?
attention.
He's still
He
going to
should
do what he
still be
wants.
allowed the room and opportunity to grow from this experience, regardless of whether or not he should.
Okay.
know.
I'm gonna ask you a question then.
No, but
I'm gonna ask you a question. So all this done been done, said, whatever, it's all out there. Ja very aware of what's going on now. What
Right.
should he do?
Post this.
What should
yeah.
he do now? He definitely aware of something right now.
Don't keep doing that.
Exactly.
So, but how do you handle
But he's
it?
young, G.
Right.
I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just he is. They are young people
But they
with money.
finally tell him, and they letting him know right now something is wrong, and you better do something.
Honestly, if it had to get to this far, then he was just not paying attention to what he was doing.
Okay, but
Because
now he's very aware.
You all up on, and somebody got to tell you don't be on Instagram and you an NBA player strapped up by now. Somebody
You
need to
just
tell
argued
somebody
that.
that.
You
You
don't
just
know no
watch-
better.
You
You-
just watch stuff like this go down with
Exactly
other people.
what I'm
So
saying.
what I'm
That's why
saying.
you should be aware. But
And
you just said
obviously-
he didn't have the awareness.
No, obviously.
And you got to let people experience
Obviously, he
things.
didn't have the awareness.
Right.
That means something wrong with this cat. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if
Something-
you don't
if
know
you,
now,
if you don't know, that's
if his
wrong.
daddy don't know, if his mama don't know, or anybody around him don't know right now, they better do something. And like I said, or it's gonna be over.
Something's wrong with him. So, okay, so what follows that, Greg? Something's wrong with him.
I'm just saying something is wrong if you don't. If he's saying that's not a wearable, I don't need to be doing this, and I'm gonna do it anyway. Something wrong with you.
Okay, so how do we follow that up? How do we remediate?
like, what's the solution?
The
that?
solution to
Right.
that is it ain't no solution because
So he's doing
because
It's
you
over.
just gonna do what you want to do. You gonna do what you
No.
want to do. Now, he don't have to do it again.
No, Greg.
He
Greg,
didn't
so you
have
don't
to do
think
that.
them suspending
You
him
trying
a
to tell
couple
me
games.
he had to do that? He had to do
Yeah,
that.
sometimes people really have to experience things for themselves in order
I'm talking about
to
You
he
just
had to
argued
do that.
That's what he had to
Yeah,
do.
that's what he did.
Look,
And so he
Greg
knows
Delage.
there's a consequence
Well, I mean,
for
never mind.
actions. I don't know what age that comprehends on a person that there are consequences for actions. They're just consequences. I don't know what age limit that you're supposed to understand.
that's what- and that's
that you can
exactly
do. And
what I
like
was
said,
saying,
I
G.
can do whatever I want to, but do I want all the consequences to go along with doing whatever it is that I want to do when I want to do it?
That's exactly what we were saying.
And you know that at a young age. You ain't got to be 50 to know that. You know, I know, well, I don't need to be going out here. When they was finna go do something, go rob a house, I was like, I don't need to be going to do that. Because I know better.
I knew
You see what I'm
better.
saying? But you can know better. If you know better, you ain't going to go do it.
You
but
can-
if-
I'm
but
not
the point
doing
is, you can go do it.
You can also know better and still want to maintain a certain image or
Then I can't do nothing about that. That's an issue. Then that's what I
Right.
said. Then that's a him a issue. That's a his
it's a
issue.
societal
Human
issue. It's something beyond. I mean, yeah,
Huh?
it's something he does need to address within himself. But
Yeah, that's a him
it's
thing.
an issue at large. Like for black men in any field, anywhere.
And it's kind of like, I would say this, since we want to get there, we're influenced by our culture and what's going on in the culture and what's popular in the culture, kind of like what you say. And it's kind of like with him, with this certain uprising of being a player, and then especially after he made that dunk. I don't know if he was, he been on the
which
radar,
one?
but the monster dunk when he cocked all the way back.
he
And-
jumped over somebody last season.
yeah, I'm talking about the last one when he cocked all the way back.
I mean,
And
that
dunked
wasn't the
on
one that put him on the map.
Well, I'm saying that dunk right there, I hadn't seen that before. That did it for me. So, and I think a lot of people, he's been on the map. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
he did something amazing that nobody done. Never seen that. But now he has this following, he can grow it.
Yeah.
Like a Jordan, but you're deciding to take your career and sink it all down the ship because, like you say, I'm young, I want to look a certain way, I want to feel a certain way, and it leads us to what we were wanting to talk about is what is corny? And that seemed like you were saying,
Right.
he want to be the cool black guy. But at this point, your bag good, your situation good. We talk about Russell Wilson. Everybody mad at Russ, but that's the guy they call corny. Do you want to be Ja or do you want to be Russ? and which one actually gonna work. So I'm saying you can't ask to be the cool black guy doing crazy stuff and gonna lose your bag, but then I'm gonna call Russ corny for having a beautiful wife, living a wonderful life, the got a couple bags, and you know what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong in raising another man's child.
Doing one of the most selfless acts you could do.
Yeah, I mean, and
they would call him a simp.
and I always say this. Now, Russ did one of the moves I never seen a brother do.
Yeah.
He went from a white woman to a black woman. Usually you let your black woman go and get your white woman, and it's the old saying in the NFL.
I mean,
Oh no, and your boy Charleston White say that too.
To move on up to Seattle. So he winning. He winning.
He did.
So I mean, if that's corny, I don't know. What's really corny?
What's
do we
really
want to
corny?
be the cool John Morant, or do we want to be the corny Russ?
Well,
And see,
which
a
one-
lot of people gonna go with John
Okay, why?
because it's cool.
Nobody wants to be corny, especially as a youth. Nobody wants to be corny because it's all about how people perceive you. And instead of, for a generation that says F what other people think, be yourself and express yourself, a lot of this stuff really hinges on what people think of you.
I do believe that's possibly true. It's possibly true.
Okay.
But still,
It's okay.
still,
Jesus,
you
take the
have
pill.
to be. I mean, I don't know how to. You just got to be. We just got to thicken up a little bit, fellas. Around, we got to get a little more thicker skin in the, everything, and you do have to be comfortable being you. First of all,
Right.
I
I agree
don't care. I don't
100
care
with
if
that.
you
Be yourself.
but you have to be taught to be comfortable. You see what I'm saying? You have to be from this big.
Right. Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
Be this
Yeah,
big.
because,
And
if that's-
you
yeah.
have to be taught
Right.
from this big going up and to that you are, like they say, you are beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
You are kind,
from
you're
day
special,
one,
you're
be you
important.
and
Right,
and teach and then go forward and appreciate and applaud, and they'll be okay. They will be okay with the
But that's
whatever.
corny.
Yeah, with however, because everybody now, people look totally different. People you might think is like that the jock looking, he might be singing soprano in a glee club. I don't play no damn football. I like singing and acting. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he's not gonna have that intimidating the action like if that guy was a football player being bullied. See, you can't go bully the 6'4" glee singer like you was the bully the 4'4" glee singer. You see what I'm saying? Because he'll tear your tail up too. You see what I'm saying? So you can't. That to me is what alleviates bullyism. You see what I'm saying? Because you can't do that
Greg
to
is triggered
that
like
dude.
8 words on this podcast.
But that's still corny.
Word.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
but
'cause
corny
that's the perception.
corny
But-
is what you
Right.
just call something.
Right.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
But we
because
gonna call that corny.
because I don't call Russell Wilson corny.
I don't either.
But that's what you saying. That's
this
what I'm
is
trying to say.
But this is the saying about him.
The
It's just
definition of corny is literally lame, not exciting,
And that's
you know what
not
I'm saying,
him.
nerdy, you know
And
what
that's
I'm saying?
not him.
Not appealing.
And that's not him.
But that's what they
Not
say.
cool.
Yeah.
Right. But because
And
he's not
that is
popping
just
off
not
on
him.
So-
because if that was him, the ladies would not love Russell Wilson like they love Russell Wilson.
Okay, so
The men
the
are
respectable,
jealous of
the
him.
respectable
And so they
ladies.
called him corny.
exactly,
That's
I
a
agree with
jealousy
that.
thing.
I agree with that.
Right.
There's not no
the
corny.
respectable,
He far from
mature
corny.
women love Russ.
Huh?
the respectable and mature women love
Oh
Russ.
yeah, they
the
look,
women my age who are just doing whatever they want and
Future.
figuring themselves out, they respect somebody like a Future.
I got 12
Lil
kids.
Baby, like
I don't know
Lil
none of
Durk,
them.
like any of these street dudes out here.
No.
That's who they
That's wrong,
idolize and respect.
because that's the okay, let me say those guys and Russell Wilson, them two, they in a whole different, them categorical.
The category.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the people that know Future and all that like, they probably ain't gonna really be paying too much attention to Russell Wilson because they don't know Russell
regardless.
Wilson like
Right.
that.
Future
You see
bring
what
the
I'm saying?
Russ up.
Huh?
But Future the
but
one
they
bring.
don't. I'm not talking.
Russ don't talk about Future.
Gee, what are you
Future
talking about?
talk about Russ.
I didn't say nothing about that. I'm talking about
So
the
his people gonna pay attention to what he's saying.
But they ain't in the loop
I
like
just
that. Right.
Go ahead,
They're not
G.
in Russell Wilson's loop like that.
Yeah.
So they ain't gonna have no clue if he corny or not. That's just a jealous male thing,
Right.
To call Russell Wilson corny. That's just jealous male.
But women call him corny.
Nah, no, the women,
The hood
That's what I'm
boogers
saying.
call
the
them.
women,
So they jealous too?
No, that's why I want to make, before you just said something definitive, I want to clarify.
did say that. I
Oh,
said, yeah.
Just
Those,
Let her speak.
those people in that category,
No.
those people in that circle that would say, I would rather be with Future, and I ain't got nothing against Future, than Russell Wilson, they gonna call him corny. But you tell me any real respectable woman who's really trying to do something in life is gonna pick Future over Russell Wilson.
I mean, a lot, yeah.
Huh? So that's what I'm saying. The majority of them gonna go with Russell Wilson. I'ma probably listen to them then I will listen to this one say, I'd rather have Future. Something wrong with you.
She ain't got shit going on. To
No, I'm
be
just saying
blunt.
something wrong with her.
Like,
So you saying
right.
Future is not gonna
No,
attract
I didn't
a
say
good
nothing
But I
woman?
mean,
like that.
Future.
I didn't say that.
Like,
I didn't say that.
No, Future ain't.
Didn't say that.
Nah, I just mess with y'all.
Right,
I'm just saying.
yeah, I know. But
I'm
there's
just joking.
things that come with that and all that. And if you really, I mean, if you have the mental capacity to deal with all the bullshit that comes with being like a toxic rapper these days, go ahead,
Yeah,
shawty.
shoot the
Right,
shot.
go ahead.
Hey,
If-
you might be the one.
right. If you're comfortable with
Changed him.
being cheated on, some people
Yeah,
still have that
I
belief.
made
But if
him
you're
diff-
comfortable with being cheated on,
Yeah.
being dismissed, not really
Hey.
praised or appreciated, I mean, again, if that's how you
I'll
get
be
in,
home next month.
right? Yeah,
But
if that's how you get it in, then get it in, I guess.
Yeah, do it.
But usually women in that atmosphere, that's just what they're looking for. They like
Right.
drama. That's what they want in their lives. A lot of them keep that to keep themselves going. Some people don't have any money. So what do? They create drama. Like think about in any small town that anybody's lived in. What do you know? There's always drama everywhere. Everybody knows everybody's business.
And it's
Ain't nobody
always
got a dime in that town, but everybody knows
instigated.
everybody's business.
Yeah.
Some
By
bad's
women.
always happen. There's some type of infidelity that's like killing a whole entire family, ruining all sorts of segments and generations to go on and on forever. And then on top of that, there's probably some type of murder that takes place in the town. Half the town is on drugs. I mean, that's usually what takes place. Drama. 4 places lead to a lot of drama. People being killed, a lot of drama being created, a lot of bad scenarios at home. People, it goes on and on.
And what you call them? Poor places.
4 places.
Disenfranchised places.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yes. Disenfranchised.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what you call them. But it's when you got disenfranchised, it's like you say, drama goes along with that. It just goes hand in hand.
So I got our cousin Kenzie's opinion on what makes a guy corny. For her, it's like it's basically a guy's corny when he plays with somebody's intelligence. And then she said a pick me B is a corny girl to her. Women that are corny to another woman are ones that are like pick me's. And basically people who try to play with women's intelligence or play victim, play dumb,
Play games.
Play a lot of games, unaccountable, stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
And then how that, and the thing is
But that's a mature take for that, even.
but see, the
Like-
thing that what gets me is that it's funny. She's like, and the ones that want to have the audacity to want to be a man in the relationship, even though they're the ones that's usually bumming, and they over there ones asking for money all the time and always relying on the woman, but they want to be the one in charge.
I'm still the man.
Yeah,
Right.
so they still want to hold on to some dignity.
yeah, no, I agree
Can
with
I get
that.
$10?
Like you can't be out here trying to like take the charge and then you ain't got anything going
Well,
on.
no, okay, let me say something about
Well, that kind of goes to what we were talking about the week before.
Unless you got
Hold-
something in the works, Greg.
hold
But
on.
as it stands,
Right.
you have to look at a
Ain't
relationship
nothing
as
coming
it
back.
stands.
It's all going one way.
Right. Something
If
I
it's
learned.
a one-way trip,
Right. Something
yeah.
I
Now,
learned.
if you working together, got
It's a
things helping each
consistent
other.
one-way trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, like you say, now if it's in the works and you
Well,
know,
it's work. You know,
Right.
we working together.
Right. And if we
Yeah, but if you just like
Right.
every time I'm sitting at the house and waiting for
okay,
the
what
check
about
to
this? Let me ask you
land,
this. Check
so I
this
can
out. Check
leave.
this out.
You know what
You
I'm saying?
dating
That's a
somebody,
one-way
right?
trip.
right.
You dating.
You
dating
get paid
somebody.
today.
Let me check this out. You dating somebody,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
When you dating them, they don't really be doing nothing. You know,
Right.
you ain't never really noticed them really doing nothing.
Okay.
Then, you going out, okay? Because going out and dating is two different things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Expectations of going out is what expectations of going out is. Dating, there's a different level of expectation that goes along with it. So you going out.
Just saying you're tied together.
Yeah, let me get that right. You going out with somebody. While you going out with them, you know, you kind of like, man, these motherfuckers ain't never doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? They always available. You know, like, you want to go, yeah, I'm ready. Or whatever.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
So-
real.
Right. I mean, and that's cool in the
I'm
moment.
ready when you call.
But like as I grow and get older and start to piece more and more together, it's like, why aren't you ever doing anything, man?
Okay, yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm saying. So now it
Right.
went from going out.
doing?
It went from going out
Yeah.
to now you dating.
Right.
Right. So now the expectations are changed, has changed from what you was expected then to now. So
Right.
now you call, you say, hey, you want to get together and go somewhere? Yeah, I'm ready. That's what she say, right?
Right.
Or he say. It's not a one way.
It is
I'm
what it is. Yeah,
I'm
it's
letting it be known.
relationship.
It's both ways now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he say.
Y'all
That's what
listen.
she say, right?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Y'all dating.
Yeah, now you're in the dating stage.
Dating. Okay, so it's
So you
like commitment
now, done dated a while. There's a love thing going
Right.
on, right?
Ooh.
That's initially what it is.
Right.
here. Okay.
So you call and be like, hey, you want to get together and do something? Yeah, I'm ready. Bam. Right. Now you're married. Now, what is the expectation? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, because people,
Now all of a sudden we
Right.
married. Now I need you to go
right.
get a job.
No, I know there's no
This ain't-
roles established.
There's nothing established.
Right.
And
Yeah.
people just jump into relationships and then like only look for the good and fun times and
Yeah.
it's for better or for worse, right?
Yeah.
People never stay in a relationship long enough to see the worst
Worst.
side. And if they do, they leave because
They hit the worst side.
Why, yeah.
It was too
Why?
much.
Right.
It's why it's hard.
If it ain't good, it's got to go.
It's why
Right.
it's hard to date now. Like
Right.
if you're single, like because really
Because I got so many options. Why would I stay through the worst?
Yeah, exactly. It's because what it comes down to
Right.
is
Because
they-
you need to leave.
Yeah.
the truth is
For
is
your
people,
spirit.
it's because everybody's been disillusioned to the point that they think they have so many options. At least a lot of
Okay.
women, it's not as many as you would think, especially if they're chasing after the same people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So-
Okay, you might be kind of correct on the win, but men got plenty of options.
I mean, yeah, they're out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, men do.
It's still
Yeah.
like that. It's
It's
I
still
mean,
like
well,
that.
I mean,
but the
Right.
point I was trying to make is what happens is men get out there and they feel like they gotta be 100% perfect. And guess what? You pretty much do. So as sad as
That's
it is,
too
it
much.
turns down to things like it becomes a lot of pressure on the guy. Like if you're not immediately funny, if you're not immediately charismatic or charming, if you're
Right.
lucky enough to get them to actually agree to come out with you, because a lot of women just ghost. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do nowadays. A lot of them will just disappear. They won't call you back on the day that you ask them out. I mean, they talk to you all the way up to that point. And then all of a sudden that day
that's-
comes and they're done forever. And so what happens is,
You
please,
must have
just-
said something
Yeah, a few
wrong.
seconds to it, but like,
You said something creepy. Well, when we leave, we gonna go to the attic and hide.
would you agree?
No, I'm just like, maybe again, see, I think, like I said, there
No.
is a gap somewhere,
Right.
you know, some quantum gap.
Yeah.
You know, it went up and I must have got caught in on this side of the gap because I'm like, okay, you don't call me back. Then I'm finna go talk to somebody else.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna move because it's
I'm
so
hoping
many.
it come
I
through.
just think honestly, I think it's so many different. It's just so many women. Okay, this is what you have to be. You have to be confident.
Right.
You don't. Good looks don't mean nothing if you ain't confident. You see what I'm saying?
You don't have to look good, but if you're confident, you look better.
You have to have this confidence.
Yeah, you're a confident guy.
To do stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then again, you just got to have the confidence. You got to be confident.
Okay, we established
That's
that.
it.
But
if you but it's so many of them out there. I'm just saying.
I keep trying to get you to understand. Like, you dated how long ago?
That's what I'm saying. Maybe
No, it has.
I would think it would be easier now because it's less.
it's not at all.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's less. You don't have to even do that.
The issue
Let me
is,
kick me a girl for the weekend.
I mean, no, that's like, yeah.
Hey,
I
don't think y'all just resonate with Greg
no,
on this.
Greg.
What Greg really trying to say is like, okay, first off, you ain't gonna worry about the ones you didn't get. You're just gonna focus on what you can get at some point. So you get yourself in the mindset. I like I said, when I went out, like I said back there, you try to dress, look a certain part, look a certain way, look your best, whatever. And then on top of that, somebody should find you appealing, I guess.
But the problem with that, and it's a
and
thing,
somewhere you should be able to work from there.
Right. The problem with that is there's a lot of over expectation placed on
please let somebody
individuals and the other people. Like, everybody wants Beyonce, but sometimes maybe all you can get.
First of all, I don't agree with Jay. I don't agree with Jay. You don't go to get. I don't want to be chose.
Look, I'm sorry, but you don't understand the dating demographic because you're married.
But I'm talking about even in the single. Single part.
Hear somebody out for a second.
Right.
Because y'all haven't dated modernly in a long time.
Probably not.
No, you haven't. You have not.
Yes,
I've been trying to get these points across for the last 40 minutes.
Yeah,
please. Okay. No, you have not. You're aged out. But that's the point.
Aged out.
No.
It don't work no more,
share
G.
your point of view because you get a perspective on how things used to be. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the point of this podcast. We have a lot. We have a lot of different generations in here. We have literally up to 3 generations basically worth of people. Top end of millennial, Gen Z, but it stretches for about 30-something years. So the thing is, we get a lot of different points of view. Most people who are dating aren't y'all's age.
A lot of things, that
most
have
people are
changed.
dating. They're Jay's age, my age, and what people are talking about is this issue. This is what the dynamic. What happens is your performances usually have to get to a point that have to be so perfect for individuals. They start getting overwhelmed with even. This is what happens, especially a lot of people Jay's generation. They don't grow the courage anymore to ask any women out. First of all, communication's already lacking due to devices and all sorts of screens anyway.
Right.
Social skills have already diminished. So when it comes down to the point that when you want to actually talk to women, you're already lacking in something. So what happens is a lot of women, a lot of times they are more intelligent early on and they do advance faster than men. And the thing is, they have higher expectations for the people that are in their age range demographic at all. And they're looking for things to be perfect because they always think I can move on to the next guy. And the truth is, they can't always move on to the next guy. And the guy can move on to the next girl. But unfortunately, a lot of them have been beaten down for so long, they've quit. That's just what a lot of them is. It's not even that some of them quit. Some of them just get tired.
Some of them never began.
They just get tired of playing games.
Right.
So what they do is some of them, they either get really sad or they get to a point where they just work on themselves, focus, get themselves yoked up. And next thing you know, they're the corny guy who's yoked up doing something, and then all of a sudden people want them. But then they give them the stiff arm, and they've moved on to upper echelon women, which sadly, in some cases, is probably somebody of a different race, different origin, all sorts of different things. And that's just throwing all sorts of people in different ways. And that's why people get all upset. But that's what's happened. That's what's happened to a lot of people. Sadly, that's why I joke, I mean, not really joke, but that's why I bring up the suicide rate even in the very thing that we haven't even posted. But talk about it because who's doing it? Men are mostly the ones doing it. And it's a lot of young ones. And why? Because people feel lonely, because they sad, they alone. And that's what led to all these people in the manosphere giving all this red pill, blue pill nonsense, talking about how all this. That's why there's so many dating shows on YouTube. That's why there's so many dating podcast. That's why we even talk about it here. It's a relevant topic. It's what most people talk about. It's because that's what's the most relevant thing in most people's lives. Trying to either start family and do something with that. Most people can't start there because there's too many other things that's in the way. And that's what they get distracted by.
Right. I like that a lot, Mike. There was a lot of passion behind that. I can hear your voice cracking a bit. If you want to cry together, we can cry together, Mike. No, if you want to cry together, we can cry together. We can cry together.
I hate that.
I was passionate.
Right.
Hey, I really hate that my voice is hoarse because it does sound like I was so sad during that whole thing. It came from the chest. But no, like I just because. Man, when you work third shift, you get a lot of time to listen to a lot of crap.
Right.
And so I've listened to nothing but psychology's nonsense, Jubilees, other platforms where it's nothing but podcasts talking from people dating from all sorts of different ranges, why people are sad today, why chatbot is taking over the world. I've listened to a lot of different stuff overnight. So that's just one thing, like, I'm not saying that y'all don't know what you're talking about, but remember, the atmosphere is different. You can't just go out and do things with women now. You end up prosecuted now. That's another reason why dudes are scared. Because if you do one slightly move, you end up being Deshaun Watson.
Right. Because
so that's what you end up doing.
Ain't no happy ending tonight.
Yeah. And if I have that confidence, there's an image that they put on the internet of like one man's confidence is another man's sexual assault charge or something.
Yeah,
like that, right?
it is.
Guess what?
Like,
remember?
He was too confident.
So like this. Like
he thought he knew.
Raise your hand. Well, you don't even have to raise your hand. Have any of y'all been sexually harassed?
Yeah, I had. I told.
Yes.
I've been sexually harassed
heavily at jobs. It's happened. But you can't go tell anybody that. As a guy, it feels like you can't say anything. It sounds silly. And the thing is, a lot of women, I see it all the time. They're always sexually harassed at work. Right. It's 24/7. The only difference is you know when it's going to be a problem and when it's not. If it's somebody that they're attracted to, it's not an issue because it's more or less like, it's just flirting. But if not,
you don't like you,
it's assault.
Yeah,
it's harassment.
Right. I never wanted you to get this close.
Exactly. And so, but a lot of people don't know how to read signs too. So it's
right. And that's the problem.
Well,
because
she had a big stop sign right there in front of her. He didn't see.
Right. Yeah.
Like, what's that?
No, what they do is they take the actions of one and think they can do.
And that's exactly right.
They seen them do it.
You talking about the hug effect?
Yeah.
It's the hug effect.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
I thought I could hug her.
Yeah, but it's without realizing. It's without realizing who and what you are to other people.
You have to have self-awareness about your own image and how you're presentable to others. What do other people actually think of you? If you live in a bubble,
and that's
if you only live in a bubble where you can only see things through your own point of view, and you only think like, well, I think I'm a cool guy. Well, I think I'm nice. I think I dress all right. But at the end of the day, most people think you stink. Most people think you're rude. And most people just don't like you. You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, that might be on you. Because the thing is, you have to start looking around and see how many people have this opinion. And if it's most people, mostly
Yeah.
I always say you got to do a self-check on yourself.
But you have to be...
And you got to be honest. See, that's what I'm saying. And that's the problem. A lot of people can't be honest with their own self.
Because we sell a lie every day in America.
You can level the playing field by doing certain things for yourself.
Yeah.
And then if you do certain things to level the playing field, then you can at least go play. But if you gonna go out there and not even be able to play, no helmet, no shoulder pads, cleats, nothing, I mean, you can't go play. So at least get yourself on the field.
Yeah.
Well, you can.
So, but I don't think people just know how to be honest with themselves.
No, nobody does.
We act like we can.
Nobody does.
But we can't, Yeah, we can't.
I'm honest with myself.
No, I don't think you can't be honest with
the
yourself.
men are afraid to be.
And you know what? Yeah. People who think they being honest with themselves, then trick themselves into thinking whatever they were thinking is the truth. Yeah, so I'm going to be honest with myself because I believe what I think is the truth.
All right.
Regardless if somebody else say it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. We're going to take a break here for just a second. We'll be right back with you after this.
All right.
And we are back. Just go ahead and returning back to the pod on the WTB. Once again, if you're still here with us, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Once again, that subscribe button is right below the screen. Right. So please make sure you hit that. Really would help us. Hey, it would help us out a lot, and it's free. So
Free.
and it helps us out. Also,
We
including a
love
like.
free.
But we're gonna go ahead and play a couple of hypotheticals, or would you rather?
Oh,
So, would you rather go to public school or private school based on today's climate?
Based on today's climate. Okay, it depends on where these public and private schools is at. Okay,
We'll give you two places:
give me an option to live.
Murfreesboro, Nashville, East Nashville.
I'm going to public Murfreesboro school, private East Nashville school.
yes, I can see that.
That's what I'm going.
Right.
I'm at Innsworth if I'm in Nashville.
Okay, so you wouldn't consider going to private even in like against the public school in Murfreesboro?
Our public schools, Rutherford County
Let's say
school
private.
system, I'm gonna have to give it a A minus.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know, Greg. I don't know, man.
You
ain't never went to
I'm giving it I think if I went, I would give it an A plus.
I don't know. I might be on
I
the
don't know
limb right
about
here.
anything.
But Greg might be judging it based on
I'm viewing it from the outside.
the school he went to is Gary.
Yeah.
That was
You
an A
know,
plus school.
and that's kind of like compared to East Nashville. You know what I'm saying?
No. At the time,
So
no, that bad.
looking at Murfreesboro schools, just like you say,
No, the school system.
the school system. Mike went through it. Lee, Tara, everybody went through the school system and never had really no confrontations or anything.
No, we did.
So
that's
it's
you
kind of
told us
like
this illusion that we never had issues. It's
Right.
school.
you had them,
No,
but
we had 'em.
not compared to what we was
I had
having
no
in
confrontation.
Gary, Indiana. You went through
It's cool.
something.
I might have had 2-3 confrontations the whole time I went through the whole. Now, just
But you
because
it led to a
happened
fight.
you, I'm pretty sure it's
It
a lot
led
of
to-
kids that got
but-
picked on at these schools. You know, just as much as you claim that you got picked
It's
on.
not the same,
Yeah.
G. It's
Yeah.
not.
But not
it
They
is
like-
probably
the same.
did,
Not
but
like
it's
that,
not the
though.
same
No.
because
Yes,
the atmosphere.
No,
It was it was a different and stronger atmosphere.
I can tell you honestly that nobody was really getting beat up like that
like
no.
what?
in school.
Okay,
Oh, no.
again,
When
now
I was
tell
in
me
school.
somebody. It's not. It doesn't really. You have fights
Then why did you pick
Right.
in
Murfreesboro?
schools.
He just picked Murfreesboro.
No, he gave me a choice to live.
But
Yeah.
people fought when I was in high school. Now you
That's
gotta
what
remember
I'm
there was
saying. I
so
mean-
why would you not just go to the
people fought when I was in middle
East
school.
Nashville public school?
Actually, people fought at every school I was
again,
at.
you are giving me an option.
But why would you not go since it's all the same?
I didn't say it was all the same.
You seem like you saying it.
I didn't say that.
Then
I
why
said,
would you not want to go?
go to what? Go to Nashville public schools?
Yeah.
I didn't say I wouldn't want to go. You said giving me an
Yeah,
option.
we did say would you rather. So
Yeah, well, okay, that's why I'm saying you
Yeah,
giving
so,
me
I mean,
an
you already
option.
gave your answer, but I
Yeah.
was just
Yeah, okay.
It's
kinda-
an option. Now,
Picking
do
at
I
it.
But
think
why would
Nashville
you
public
rather
schools?
do that?
Because I have an option.
Okay, but outside the option, why would
What is
the-
influencing
Yeah, like
your
you,
choice?
what
That's
is
about as
lead
vague
you
as
to?
it
I
is.
just think it would probably be a little bit more structured, better schooling. Because there's a shortage in teachers already in Nashville because we're using now as compared to not then. We talking today.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the structure that they got going on right now. Give it 5 more years, I would rather go to a Nashville public school if I can live downtown.
But I will say, like, the ratio of public schools and private schools as teachers. It's still private schools ratio from teachers to students is way better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
It's
gonna
not,
get it.
well, it's a good 4 or 5 students better. Like it's
Right, and that's why I would in Nashville, give me an option. I'll go to a private school.
Yeah.
But like I just said, in 5 years, let me get up there on 2nd Avenue, somewhere down over there off of Lafayette or somewhere over there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to whatever public school they going to.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I want to live where that public school gonna be. The kids that live in that area, I want to go to that public school.
Why you feel it? What's the difference?
Find money.
So you saying you just basically gonna be in a private public school.
No, I'm saying the
Hopefully.
money. No, they ain't got nothing to do with private public. If your tax base, that's why Rutherford County schools have a good school system because of their tax base. So if you
And money coming into the school to provide for the place.
all the things that they need. That's why I'm
Yeah.
saying you can do that. That tax base, the tax
Private
base
public.
is around. That's not public. It's public. That's like if you get
But it's
all
like
those
upper
people,
echelon
if-
public.
uh,
It's not like
It's not
it's not
still
like public.
public.
Greg said, I want to be in this area.
That's what
with
I'm saying.
these people.
Yeah, because of the financial, because of the money
He
that's
put
going
them
to go
demographic
in the
down.
tax
He broke it
base.
down.
The tax base.
Right.
It's a tax
Okay.
base thing. The higher your tax base,
Okay.
the better your school system gonna
Exactly.
be. The better your roads is gonna be.
Exactly.
And all that.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Let me see. So you
I
got
would have
one.
chose mainly because I already know what the public school experience is like, but I would have liked to experience what private schools like. Plus, one of the major influencing factors is one girl I know. She is very beautiful, and she went to private school, and I kind of wish I went to Central Mag with her.
That's
Okay.
not a private school. Central is
Oh,
a public
well,
magnet
it's-
school.
It's
public.
you got to be
You
selected.
gotta test
You got to
it.
be
You
invited.
got-
Yeah.
yeah.
That's not
No.
private. No, that's money.
Come
See,
on.
that's a magnet
Okay,
school. You
well,
got to test to that.
either way,
If you would have did your
Yeah,
homework,
right, that's-
you could have tested
right.
to magnet school.
Right, but who's taking me?
That was a bus.
They don't have a bus.
Yeah, there was no bus to that
Hey,
event.
you'd
Like,
got there. If you'd have got the Central, you'd have got there.
Right.
Somebody got your butt there.
Yeah.
there wasn't.
But a private school would be like, what's the name of that school over there on
McFadden.
that's not a private, that's a
That
public
is.
school.
Magnet school.
But it's still public.
What?
Are you talking about
Christian, bro?
MTCS?
Yeah, MTA, that's a private
Yeah.
school. That's private.
MTCS, I've never heard of that.
That's
Middle
because
Tennessee
it's private. Hey, that's because it's private.
I've never heard of
They
that.
keep it a
Are
secret.
you being serious?
I'm serious. What is that?
It's right there behind.
Yeah, it's right there on Memorial, right there next
behind the
to
bank.
Yeah, the old
They had the
Pizza
same.
Hut.
They had the
somewhere over
same
there.
flag, lady.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
Traffic-
Christian school.
Yeah.
Yeah, the orange school.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm about to like.
Yeah, like it's been
You
over
really
there.
ain't paying attention to me, right?
right. Yeah.
It's been there.
yeah.
So
So
all right.
now, hold up. Now, your private school is Middle Tennessee Christian. So you rather went to a private Middle Tennessee Christian than a public.
Just see what the
McFadden.
experience is like.
That's
Might
what
have
he
been
said.
Yeah.
He just
Plus-
said he want to experience.
Plus, I know they're all freaks in there, Greg. I'm trying to get my shit off, man.
Okay, I feel you on that. I ain't at
Yeah.
a Catholic school. Yeah, you're right about that. but-
Okay, he got your own interests. Hey, everybody got their own reasons, like you.
Right.
Well, let me think. And you had a question too. You had a would you rather, right?
Oh yeah. Well,
Or no,
it's not
actually,
No,
Really
what would you
rather,
rather go to, G?
I
A
told
private
you,
school
I'm
or
going.
He already said it.
Yeah, I'm
What?
going to Ensworth if I'm in Nashville.
okay? If
So
you
you
in
was going
Rutherford
private.
County,
I'm going to the
He said public.
Oakland. Yeah, I'm going to Oakland. I'm going to where I went.
a public,
I'm good with it.
public.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oakland, Riverdale. I probably not. I don't know
Not
if I
Riverdale.
want to go to Riverdale,
Not Riverdale.
but I'm gonna go to Oakland.
Not
I
Blackman
want
either.
TCS before I go to
Yeah,
Riverdale.
right.
Blackman.
But
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe them two. That was about it.
You know what? I do have another would you rather. It's really random. Would you rather have a robot that would drive you everywhere or clean your house?
Oh, that's easy.
clean my house
Yeah, clean up because I can
because
drive.
I can drive. Yeah.
Yeah, but cleaning up, if you got somebody to do that,
Yeah, I don't mind driving.
because you can
Okay,
see.
is it a elusive robot that can really clean up?
It's going to clean
Can
everything.
it wash dishes?
It's cleaning your place.
Hey,
And they ain't gonna break nothing.
hey, let me say this
might
before I
break some
forget
things.
this though. Hey, you got a robot driving. Now, once again, I know, I could have some issues, but if this robot all of a sudden have some complications, it's over. Now, if he mess around and, have a couple glitches in here cleaning, he might mess up something, but on this road, he driving, he going 80, and all of a sudden he got a glitch. It's over.
He ran out of batteries.
Yeah,
I can buy a new plate. I can buy a new plate.
Yeah. He didn't tow the plate up, but
As I was actually thinking, I would take the driver until you got ready to sit.
I can't mess with that because they got the cars that drive themselves now. So and them cars have
really trust
issues.
them.
Yeah, I ain't. Yeah, I let it park.
Yeah,
if you want to park, do that. But the driving part, I ain't
think
there.
I'm just too trustworthy.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there.
I'm gonna take the ride.
Yeah.
Because I be going a lot. I be tired sometimes.
I was thinking about sleeping.
I give me a little.
I'm not sleeping.
Hey, the thing is,
I'm not sleeping.
Hey, the thing is, if it's gonna happen, okay, you can't avoid certain things that's gonna happen. Now, if my robot run out of battery and run off the cliff, that's my fault. I should make sure my robot is all charged up to do the things that I need my robot to do for that day. So any kind of other than that, I should go get my robot service. So if he ain't short circuiting every now and then, so you keep your robot service, you keep your robot charged. You wouldn't have to worry about these glitches all the daggone time. Then you can relax.
One last curveball on it. I will say, I'm going to take the drive.
I'm going to take the driver.
I'm going to take the driver.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to make sure he's charged.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume at this point in time, first of all, with this hypothetical, that they're out there
sophisticated enough to
figure this out. Also, I'm going to hope that this car is going to keep me alive if we crash. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point in time, I'm just going to hope we survive. So I'm taking the drive.
No, I'm saying I'm taking that drive.
I can clean. That's a lot lighter. I'd rather do that than drive for 6-7 hours.
Because he ain't gonna do something I want done right on a dish. Like he might not get. That robot ain't gonna make sure that it ain't no stain on the dish.
Beyond a reasonable doubt, I could survive the glitch at the house. I know that. I know that. So I'm going with the cleaning. Like I say, you more apt to not want to clean your house than drive. Right. Because you drive all the time.
How many times do you want to clean your house?
I don't mind washing the dishes.
I know you more tired. No, I'm talking about.
I like certain things.
They're going to keep the house clean.
No,
just like they driving for you. The house is gonna be clean.
Behind that
the
robot.
Same. No.
Yeah.
Well, it just might well say you're gonna have some glitches out there on the road.
That's why I said I take them.
Gonna keep the house
you might as well
clean.
just have 2 steering wheels.
Grab your own.
Well, I might well have to do it in there if I'm out to go behind the robot.
So that's what you're saying.
But he didn't clean right.
But he's cleaning everything.
He ain't cleaning everything.
I think I'd rather save my time in the ride and get that extra sleep in.
Yeah, I'm riding it. Me and iRobot gonna hit the road.
Yeah, we gonna.
Me and iRobot gonna be at the crib getting it clean.
Hey, so we 2 and 2.
Right.
Okay.
All right, Ty. I like that. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Now you did have one. Just
one question.
Oh yeah. Are you easy to love?
I think I am. Because I think I am. Because I'm genuine.
Great, corny, but easy to love.
I'm genuine with you.
He's Russell Wilson like.
No, I keep it 100.
He
said he was
I don't judge.
He said he was Russ.
You know, I don't judge. I'm genuine. So it's gonna be easy to love me. Like he real with me. He keep it 100. So yeah, I'm very easy to love.
He gonna jump. Oh my God. Just keep going.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, dog.
It's all right.
He'll figure it out.
I'm probably.
Oh, well, yeah, that'll make life a little bit easier for him.
Hopefully.
He just, I know he's gonna go airborne. He's old now.
You easy to love?
No.
You kind of difficult?
A little bit.
Okay.
Reflecting upon, like, some of my encounters with
the other species
and family members. Yeah, I've been a little tough at times.
I love you.
Yeah, but like, I've had to reflect on how I feel and think about things in order to become more likable and lovable. You know what I mean? Like I had to get out of my own
way
to reach that point in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, so to a degree,
We could cry together.
They might just throwing these tit jerkers. Hey, they just throwing tit jerkers back at each other.
We could cry together.
We young.
If that's what we had.
right. Yeah.
You can live online. I was hoarse.
Yeah.
But I was kind of hoping like we would get a little deep and introspective and honest on it. I've been like pretty hard to love sometimes in life. Like, looking back on it, I used to lie. I used to be mad all the damn time, and
But you know what? Let me tell you something. That's true. Probably, it is true.
right.
You was, but you was when you I just loved you anyway.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
like, damn.
And that's part of
Jada
it.
told me another lie, but it didn't change my love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was unconditional. to
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Right, and that's what you can hope for. Hopefully, that
Yeah.
you
'Cause
get that level of love.
same.
And somebody will show you that level of acceptance and forgiveness and understanding. But some people out here don't have that at all.
Nope.
Like, and it makes it very tough to get through your day to day and just kind of become a happy, successful person. A lot of that is contingent upon being shown that level of understanding and love and reason, in spite of the fact that you might be acting out of line or doing some really wild shit,
Yeah.
And you know what? I was talking, having a conversation. Again, it's about you have to, like you say, you have to go through things. Parenting is forever. Like family is forever. You cannot, I don't care, you can disown them, but you can't stop them from being, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
They still gonna be your family. I want, but the thing about it is, we supposed to understand how to be there for each other,
Right.
a little better. Sometimes we don't get it all, but
And I think what a lot of that stems from is like the frustration, first of all, of being told and expecting things to be this way. And then when they don't go out the way that you were taught or thought that they would, you don't really know how to handle the situation or something like that. Like, here's a pretty common one. Like, for example, if one of your children grew up to be gay or something like that, for a certain period of time, that was hard to understand.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Now it's just coming.
Right.
You shocked if they ain't. You sure I could have sworn you was gonna be gay.
Right. Yeah, you seem like you had it in you.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you had it in you.
Yeah.
I thought I made me one.
You came out.
yeah.
Thank
but
God.
it's things like that. And it's just like not knowing how to handle it or deal with it at the time because at that time it was something like unheard of or unexpected. It was just like out of the norm.
Evil at one point in time.
At a degree. Yeah. Man, it's just like part of what I think the most important thing about loving somebody is understanding that you might not truly understand what they feel or know what they feel, but you understand that it's real to them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got to understand it if they believe it. You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
You just you ain't got to understand it. You ain't gonna understand everything somebody believes. As long as it's not ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah.
Now, there's a point of ridiculousness, but like in true life situations, you're not gonna understand all the time. But you can't be like condemning just because you don't understand. You can't condemn. Just like I said, unless it's ridiculous.
But like here's something you might think ridiculous. The people who love to dress up as animals in fursuits, I don't understand.
If you come to me,
I genuinely,
I'm gonna tell you something. If you came to me like, they won't let me get in my beaver outfit, I'm gonna be like, if you don't get this ridiculous stuff out of here with that. That's one of them ridiculous. And
Right.
I'm not gonna.
To me, it is.
I'm
ridiculous,
not gonna.
but-
Well, that one. I told you.
But
I put a limit on it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
You gonna have to
put a
figure this
limit.
beaver suit thing out.
I put a limit on it.
But
Don't bring that to me. I don't
it's-
sympathize
Yeah,
with
Like,
that.
look, you gotta at least be
I ain't sympathize with that.
Human.
but it's a real experience.
No,
Don't
it is.
put
Like,
on-
we've
And
all
I
seen
get it.
It's a
I get it.
real
But like I
thing.
said,
Yeah.
that one, I'm not going to be too sympathetic with. That's
You
all
gonna
I'm saying.
put on the white beaters, some khakis and
I'm
flip-flops.
not going to get it
Like
at
it was-
all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No.
I don't understand it myself. I
Can't help.
But
I just
I
don't.
can't help.
Right.
I just can't.
I don't know how to help
Nothing I
you
can
on
do.
this. The only thing I can say is, get out of here
Yeah.
with that crazy stuff.
and I love you.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Get out of here with that crazy stuff.
well,
Right.
as far as me, I would say, and it was told to me by somebody that I respected. That it's like a lot of people wouldn't understand me sometimes because just the way I think. It's not necessarily I'm thinking something wrong or whatever. It's just I'm not thinking like you. And it's maybe I'm thinking a little bit further ahead or seeing things different because they didn't disagree with me. They just said most people just wouldn't understand you sometimes.
They wouldn't understand.
But
your
this person-
arrogance.
let 'em finish.
That what you-
But this person understood me because they was around
Right.
and it made sense to them. So he's saying what he know compared to what somebody else might know might not be portrayed that way. So everybody's not gonna get it. But he did. So I was good with that because, hey, that's coming from somebody I respected. And like I said, if you dealing with this person and they know you, then they know you. But when you're around somebody, they get to know you. And it's just like I said, now as far as easily being loved, like I say, when it's real, it's gonna be real. Because it's not always easy to find love or have love, but when you get it, they gonna know you were that person based on how you were to present this love, and it grew on them from you. Because like I said, it might not was easy to get there, but now that they know you, they understand you, so that love becomes genuine. Because sometimes it's, some people can fall for some, and it's like, but to understand what you're falling for, you might didn't get it at first, but as you get to know this person, you realize there's more to that. Maybe I misread this or misunderstood that. Now I'm seeing all this. So now I'm seeing it, I understand it better. So I can love it now. So it's sometimes, I would say my love is a process.
Listen.
So okay, before
hold
I
on,
go,
hold on.
like based on what I heard first, not to pick at it
Yeah,
too
okay.
much. The only reason you have a hard time most of the time, people, I guess, because I thought you were trying to make the point of love the first time, or was it liking? Because it was like the only reason people don't is because they aren't on your level mentally to understand where you are, because you're always so far ahead of somebody.
Right,
They
yeah,
don't-
that,
you
yeah,
said
yeah,
that.
yeah, you did
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah, I
You
mean-
said, no,
I mean, yeah, I did say.
You know, because
Nah,
that's
it's like,
you said
well,
that, but no, that
I
so
might have
every-
that
and
might have
it's
came
only
off arrogant.
And no, it was.
That was-
and,
that's what I
and
was
you
like.
only respect this
But
person's opinion.
Yeah.
And other people that I know that
I'm
are
saying
close to you
this
have
person
given-
shared this with me.
yeah, but if somebody else were to share it, I don't know if you would respect it. And
I'm just saying-
And what bothers me is that you
I
wouldn't
wouldn't say
respect
that.
somebody else. 'Cause
You
that-
did.
You
I-
said,
you
well,
said all the
okay,
reason
I
that
respect this
The
person.
reason I
I
said I
took-
respected
and
this
we-
person's opinion because it came from a respectable place.
Yeah, but what if
somebody I respect. Now I respect y'all.
But no,
so if
no,
you actually
but-
had something to share with me,
but
I'm
somebody
not
told
saying
you,
I
don't think-
limit.
But if you don't believe
No,
it,
no,
you will not
no.
respect it.
I did not just sit there and say I limit my respect to
No,
people.
your whole point
I'm just
was
saying.
the diagnosis said you said it.
If you-
He totally agreed
Okay.
with you This is what you
I
said.
said he said he understood
where you were
how
coming from.
somebody can
Understood you.
He understood
portray
you.
Because nobody
me to
else
be
can.
somebody
Yeah, because-
different.
Because other people
Because
can't.
other people can't.
Right,
You
right.
way you so far ahead of everybody.
But I might have.
Yeah,
And I was wrong.
That is a little
I really
arrogant.
might have was wrong
It was
for
beyond
that.
arrogant.
Let me
And
correct
unfortunately, I
that.
was about
I'm
to
just
get
saying.
Like, you
I'm
don't
just thinking
understand
about
me.
some
You can't
other
love
stuff.
Me.
Right.
Maybe that you're not
You
thinking
don't
about.
understand why
Now-
I think shit is on Mars. We can't love.
Okay,
No,
y'all
but that's what
can
I'm
rip
just
me
saying.
apart.
We so
I said it.
Yeah,
You
I
said-
can't.
but
listen,
my thing is,
but
like
I
you
didn't
say
really
it.
mean
But
it
if you
that
don't
way.
understand it, then how are you going to
I'm
act
just
like
saying,
you're so
I
much
might be
further
talking
above
about
than the next
something
person?
that nobody thought about at the time.
But you got to understand your own words.
and I was trying to, and that's
You
kind of
still-
some of the conversation.
You thought about something that nobody
else could think of.
thought about.
I don't even know where. Never mind.
No, this-
'Cause
this-
this is what the person was sharing with me.
This is what dad is.
Yeah.
And we understand the dad is going to do this, and we love
Okay,
dad in
but
spite
this
of
is
it.
what the person
Right.
was sharing
But
with
yeah.
me, telling me that.
Right.
So that's
So
why
ain't nobody else ever told you nothing different.
About
I
yourself.
just telling.
But
Captain
I'm just
coming
saying,
from
has
that-
anybody else told you something different?
Okay.
I have had people say stuff like that.
what?
But,
That-
I'm not gonna get
no,
I
okay.
don't be the most arrogant person on the airway.
Well, not so
If
much.
you are, then you might as well tell everybody.
You
might as well-
you
no,
willing
be
to tell
you.
about what that guy
No, I
said?
want you to be you.
This nice,
'Cause
respectable
if you
guy.
really are,
What about the
be
one
that
that didn't
guy.
like it? What did they
Because, I
say?
mean,
That's what I'm saying.
Because
And that's what the person was telling
we've
me.
had so
A
many
lot of
intimate-
people wouldn't like me.
But
That
you
was
didn't
that
say
from
that.
what. That's what I said. Basically, I said
You never
he said.
definitively said any of that.
I did. I said what I said.
No,
I
what
said
you said, if
you
they
denied
to
it.
get to know me.
It's because
he
you
knew
so
me.
far ahead.
He knew. No, I'm saying, but most people, he pretty much said they wouldn't like me because they didn't really know me like he knew me.
Okay.
So that's all I was saying.
When you go back and
so a
listen-
lot of people wouldn't. That's why I'm clarifying it.
Okay.
A lot of people probably wouldn't like me, because the way I speak or say something, or I don't really just go along with people a lot of times just to be in a clique or just be riding with somebody. I usually can stand for myself, in whatever situation it may be. Whatever, hey, I stand on my beliefs of what I feel is right. And just because the whole clique then went this way, if I'm not feeling that, I wouldn't feel it. So that's what I'm saying. So sometimes we have a tendency to want to just be a part of something. And I don't always desire to just be a part of something, just to be involved. So sometimes I don't care how many people saying something. If I don't agree with it, I just don't agree with it.
But
Even-
sometimes,
so you
no,
so,
hold on,
no
don't,
no
don't,
I
come
got
in,
a
don't
question.
attack it.
No. What I'm asking the question is, see again, that's saying I don't care if all of y'all are proving this to be right
I
or
didn't
not.
say that.
You just did. If you
I said
don't
if I
want to be a
feel
part of it,
like
you're
I
not
was
going
right,
to be a part of it.
I didn't say you proving anything. I said if I'm feeling.
but-
Now, if obvious what I'm saying is wrong and you done proven it to me, I'm not going to be blind and say,
No.
well, it's facts right here.
Is that not
So I
being
must
part
be
of the-
wrong.
The part of the squad.
I understand.
No, I
Dad.
understand what he's saying.
I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you something too about love. Love is very overrated. It's easy to love. People act like this love thing. It is so easy to love. It's harder to unlove somebody. You see what I'm
Oh, yeah,
saying?
you-
You can
yeah.
easily when you look foul. That's easy. Now try not to love them no more.
It is easy to love.
Yeah.
But you know,
It's harder to
it's-
unlove.
That's why
because
you have
that's
a
why
hard
you
time.
do things.
That's
like,
why you have a hard time cutting people
Oh
off.
yeah,
Because
it's
you
hard.
love them.
It's hard.
No matter
yeah.
how many times they keep going
But-
back to the well.
and it's also
digging
hard-
in,
it's-
you still love them.
Yeah.
No matter how many times they screw up, you still forgive them. You still love them. No matter how many
Because
times
that's
you
easy.
get into an
It's
argument
'cause
with
it's
them,
easy.
you still love them.
That's easy.
But
Try
for-
not to do it. Try not to be helpful to somebody that you love.
But sometimes-
You know
But
what
it's
I'm saying?
also hard to be committed because you
I mean-
have your own commitments.
Oh, that's
and,
something.
like,
Now,
you know,
that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
different.
different.
That's
That's a
something
different
totally different.
It's called
You know what I'm
spread
saying?
love.
Yeah. That's totally
I'm
different.
looking for extra love out here, y'all.
falls under the umbrella of love at least. but-
Anybody want to know? Get on the love
But right,
train.
yeah.
No.
Yeah,
But anyway.
I just had because it's easy to love. You know, you walk outside and fall in love with the lady taking the garbage out. Oh, I love her.
It's something about the way you take out the trash, baby. Just
sadly,
did it
I
for
fall in
me.
work. I mean, I fall in love at work. Like,
Oh man, I fell in love.
Well,
so many
between
times.
6 and 7 a.m., particularly during the weekdays, everybody goes to the gym, and you know, there's a lot of talent.
Hey, because you can love somebody who don't even know
Right,
you love
right,
them.
yeah.
Oh no, they just don't understand. By the time they get to the elevator, I'm like, they gone.
I got the softest
Come on.
heart, and I wear it right on my sleeve too.
we broke up today.
Right? Yeah.
She just didn't know.
No,
She
just
did
didn't know.
something
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't agree
right,
with.
Right, yeah. Now
Yeah.
we're
And
but
I
I'll
let her
forgive
go today.
I'll forgive her.
Yeah, I couldn't go no farther.
Right, yeah.
But she has no clue. No.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Some shits like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
I think a lot of women do that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, they-
like I said, people.
I think it's just people.
People.
It's just
People.
people.
People react the same. We just different.
Right.
No.
You gotta be careful with that because sometimes people are always like, well, men and women are different.
No.
We're different.
We're
Nah.
different.
We are
different.
act
We
the
are,
same.
but, yeah, but I mean, it's
We-
just
we
you know what I'm
different.
talking about.
We
You hear something
different.
definitively,
Right, yeah.
And it's
Different.
like you sound ridiculous, but like
Yeah, yeah.
it just at a point.
Yeah, like our brains both can't process
we're
the
just
same information.
biologically
Yeah.
wired
We
differently.
can't.
You know, women are more drawn to
You know
money.
what?
Men
Let
are
me
drawn
answer this.
to the.
That's more of a
actual
societal
physical-
thing.
I would say this because Greg was going through the steps at one point, how you date, go up, and all the ladder and all that, and then you get married. Maybe at marriage we do separate and not. Up to that point, we kind of could agree, get somewhere, and understand. You know, everybody cooperate. Like you say, you call, hey, you ready to go? Yeah, I'm ready. But once you get married. You call, you just hope they answer.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then if they respond good, that's
Like,
a good thing.
All right, we good.
But that wasn't the dating scene. The dating scene you call, it was easy, you know.
Right.
So marriage does present new obstacles. That's it. I'm just saying.
You ain't
Yeah.
got to be in love to be
Yeah.
married. That's
Right.
just the thing. You just
And that's the
don't.
other thing. Yeah, you don't have to be in love. to be
Most of
married.
it is contractual
Some of
for
it
most
is-
people. It's just the
it
best
is.
decision going forward.
Right.
Now, some they do it on based on love, and it really works out and turns
Right,
out to be a
right,
great,
right.
beautiful thing.
Right.
Did y'all actually?
But
want my
apparently-
advice?
Let me tell you something too.
50% of them fail. So
But you can't make a marriage contract work without love. I'm telling you.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
love.
Listen, because it is.
Yeah.
It is. When you get married, that's a business decision. You see what I'm saying? Because if
That's
it
a
wasn't,
godly
you wouldn't be having to sign all these papers. You can just be like,
it
we
is,
married.
It is, but it is
You know?
also a business decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is effectively in America.
You need to love this person.
It's a business decision.
It's wrapped around the whole godly religious
It is,
aspect of
It's
it.
it's
but
mostly wrapped
at
around
its
religion.
core, it is a business
Yeah,
decision.
no, that's what I'm saying. So if it was
Man,
wrapped,
you always
if
put
it
it
was
all
wrapped
together.
around,
It's decorated.
if it was wrapped
Yeah.
around the actual love and God and all that, you can just be like, you my wife, and that's it. We married now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't need to go to the, you don't need to go
Yeah, we
no
don't gotta do all
courthouse,
this.
nothing,
Yeah, right.
none of that
They
stuff.
almost
Right.
kind of doing that.
No, I'm just
Go
saying.
snatch up.
You ain't got to do none of that stuff.
yeah, they
if
were
you,
doing
you know,
it.
go to the courthouse. But if it's becoming a business decision, that's why you got to go
chose.
sign these papers. You got to do all this and all that.
Okay.
You know, you got to do all that on a business decision.
Okay.
But it's hard to make that business decision work if you really don't love each other. It'd be hard. It's going to be rough.
Yeah,
it has
that's
to
the
be
key.
some love.
Now, if
in
you
there
love each
somewhere.
other, you're going to
You
be
know?
able to overcome them little obstacles that you didn't have when you were dating.
No.
That this kind of
That's
like
it. That's
You ain't
what,
have no obstacles dating.
that's,
right.
that's what I'm saying. You
because
did.
yeah, it's like on y'all.
Yeah, you married now.
Yeah,
now
right.
these obstacles come.
Right.
Dating, it was everything was smooth, everything.
Right.
But like I said, now marriage, you get in love with this person, you're gonna face some problems. So that love is gonna get you past pretty much any issue you dealing
part
with.
of it is-
unless you done did something so bad that it ain't nothing there. You know, you done killed it or you
Right.
did something. You know, it's
Part
like,
of
hey,
part of it is whenever you're dating, you're not typically around this person 24/7.
yeah.
Y'all might be around each other a lot, but you're not with each other.
You don't come home
Every
to 'em,
day.
leave
No, you
from 'em.
dropped
Right.
off.
You're not
Right.
farting around this person,
Right, yeah, and like
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
Not
stuff
yet.
like that.
No, not
and
yet.
so like
It's
once you
coming.
get married, and that's
You're
like
farting.
another
Yeah.
aspect of it is like people don't spend
That's the
enough.
first
I
sign of
just
love.
think, I think it's
It
more
is.
It is.
bad
It is.
when you
If she
decide
can handle
to
this
marry.
fart,
It's
just
like
we
you
there.
want some accountability.
Cause I
You know
know
what I'm
I'm real.
saying? I think men personally, it's about being. You want to be accountable and take care of something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I don't know. It's just
But-
like the animals. If you look at animals, they might not be. You don't see them having no wedding ceremonies, but you see a lion with a lioness and his little babies, and that lion go out there, tear up an antelope ass, bring him back to dinner.
Damn, Greg,
you know what I'm
though.
saying?
That's kind of what they're
Right.
talking about.
They might
They
have
do literally attack them by the butt.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? And bring back
might
dinner.
have took him out on a date for some
little
wild meat somewhere.
And it wasn't no marriage at all. They didn't have no ceremonies
It was
or
just,
nothing.
It was just kind of understood because
That
what
might
happened.
be the
to do that.
Hey,
yeah.
that
That's what
might
I'm
be the ceremony.
Right.
Once I claim
we had to survive.
you mine.
right.
We living.
We're
I'm
living.
taking care
Right.
of the man lion gonna go hunt the meal. The mama lion gonna rip the meat off and give it to the little baby.
And actually, usually who it is actually the lionesses go home.
Well, they do too, because
Right,
them
yeah.
lions be
Right.
some lazy thing, and them lions, he be like, man, go out there and get them kids something to eat.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting over here hollering at Rufus Big Lion. Me over here talking about y'all.
I'm
Get
just
us
sitting
some
here
meat.
chilling, trying to be the king of the jungle.
Yeah.
Now leave me alone.
Yeah, I've been king all week, and I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah.
Go get one of them antelopes.
Right, yeah. The dynamic is different.
Yeah.
But
But they do be sending them lions, and they go out there and get they
yeah.
the one be tearing that tail up
Right.
out them antelope. They
Yeah.
bring it back the big old and the lion get the big piece of the meat.
right,
You get the big chick.
Yeah, he get
Yeah.
the big piece of the antelope.
right. It's crazy.
Oh, that's
But-
y'all need to start tripping.
But he protects the area. You better not come up in there starting nothing.
Yeah.
Now he gonna get up then. You know, you coming up in their territory, not invited. That's when the lion steps up, and then he's gonna protect that territory.
Is it still recording? Oh yeah, I see it. All right, we're good. I was
Yeah, he
like,
gonna
all right, I was
protect that.
making sure- all right.
He
So,
gonna protect that territory. So, and they did that with, like I said, they did that without a ceremony. There wasn't no wedding. There wasn't no, like you said, that he didn't have to take that lioness out to church's chicken 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
He just
till
decided, you her,
They
you
got
her, and that's it.
Yeah, you came in, claimed
You
it,
hunt, I'ma protect.
Right.
Right.
And she was like, row, row.
think
And he
that
like, row, row.
We don't have any more questions.
There
Yeah,
Great.
I don't, my opinion don't matter. Go ahead.
What was the other one?
Huh?
What was the?
You gonna ask we were corny?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Do we see?
Oh yeah, that's right.
We corny. Did we talk about it on the camera?
Nah, that's definitely
Y'all
the
said
last.
I wasn't corny.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm a little corny. Yeah. I'm pretty corny.
And
I've
I'm-
done.
and
I'll
so-
tell you a corny ass thing I did just the couple weeks ago on Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I got this girl. I've been speaking to her, talking to
corny
her for a
already.
minute.
Yeah, you going to,
It's already corny.
Yeah,
Right.
you dipping towards
Right,
corny.
right,
Go ahead with it. Go ahead. Break it down. You
she
did
was,
what?
She was telling me about how she was going through nursing school and all that stuff, right?
Oh, Lord. You listen to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Go ahead.
And
Such
so,
a simp.
and funnily
Yeah.
enough, she's my superior as well. But
Oh, she the boss too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so
Big simp.
I got her some gifts. It was one, and this is the cheesiest shit in the world.
Sucking up to the ball.
It was a heart, and it had like some nurse and like bandage stuff on it.
My
No,
And it said-
yeah.
You put
It
thought
said-
into it.
Yeah. She believed she could, and she worked her ass off, and so she did. Right. And then I got her some like little like syringe needle pins and like some medicine ball like highlighter things too. And
Get ready
erasers.
to be on crackers. or something?
Nah.
I will say this.
Okay.
As corny as this is, cheesy stuff works.
Yeah.
I'm about to say.
very thoughtful.
Don't get it wrong. It's
What I'm talking is
like he
what
did
I'm
put the
amazed
thought
at.
behind it.
No,
man.
I'm saying
Right.
I'm amazed at
Now,
the attention to detail.
Yeah.
You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Right.
Now,
How she feel about it?
yeah.
Oh, she said it was sweet.
That was-
Okay.
That's
Then,
You in the
underwhelming.
friend zone.
Right, yeah.
You in the friend zone. You fell in
Yeah.
the friend zone.
Right.
You
ain't like-
you can't get up out of it.
Hey, no, she's just trying to make sure she keep her job.
No, he in the friend zone.
She's
And and probably because that dynamic. Maybe if I've done that
Fraternization,
like
man, ain't no
outside
joke.
because like Nissan,
joke.
you can't do that. But
Jay over here trying to put somebody's job on the line.
Right.
Risk it all for me.
She can't, but she did. She apparently somebody said she was so excited about it and so surprised that she went and checked the cameras just to see who did it. Right.
And
then she came up to me and she said she came up to me and told me like that was very sweet and all that. Like I didn't
okay. So
at least put a thought in her mind.
I got one real quick that's really corny. So what you could do is what you do next time is you put a syringe on her table and you just leave a note that says, "Would you risk it all for me?"
No.
Hell no.
Hell no, Mike.
Hey, that's kind of, I'm going to call the authorities because if I say no, he might shoot up the plane.
I'm just saying it's occupational humor. That's it.
Right, but I get it.
They'll never do that.
But don't do that. Yeah. But I get it. Yeah.
It was definitely not meant for serious content.
That's just one of the corny things I've done in my life. I've done some corny shit.
You got a list up.
And so far,
I got some too, but I ain't even gonna go there.
I don't know if I consider myself corny or anything.
Wait,
but I'll put thought to, like you said, I will put thought to what I'm doing, and I'm not gonna do something that if I don't think is gonna
real quick
really work.
I will let you finish your thought, Dad. But I've also done some other things on the opposite end of the spectrum. That would be
creepy.
Also considered
sexual harassment.
No.
We consider this sexual harassment.
No. Just some dickhead stuff.
This in a pig.
Like being an asshole.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that, and that's kind of considered corny too.
I think that's 100%.
Once you kind of like get to that point, that can be considered corny. But but generally, the corny thing is like doing some sweet sucker shit, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something y'all probably don't even believe. You probably wouldn't believe.
Okay.
I'm gonna say since I can never really remember any time that I was like disrespected some kind of woman or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't even remember no time like that. Being mean.
Petty.
Yes.
Petty is that's the other.
Yeah.
Other
doing
end of
something
corny
petty.
is petty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember doing nothing
I've been
petty.
I've been petty. Yeah.
That's why I can't never remember doing nothing petty.
Right.
To somebody.
Here you go.
I ain't never even wanted to get even with nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've got suckered and jerked. Well, I'm be like, man, I just chalk it up to the game.
Right. Here's a legendary moment that I share with my cousin Ty, and he'll bring this up. He said it was one of the craziest things he thought I had ever said in my life.
Okay.
There was this one girl back in high school who used to hate on me all the time, right? Mm-hmm. And used to make me feel like I was like whack, right? Lame, trash, right? And years later, now we're out of high school. I go and check back, right? And she's a single mother now.
Okay.
And
I think I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Share. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. And I said you used to talk so much shit about me in high school, but look at you now, a single mother. God is good. God is good.
It's dark.
God is good. And I said the prayer hands. It was very petty. Looking back on it, I probably shouldn't have did that or said that. I should have just let that be what it was.
The fact that you really feel bad about doing that.
Yeah,
that's growth. That's growth.
Yeah.
That means you're gonna be fine going forward.
Like I said, now that I think about it, I have said some things I wish I would have never said.
Yeah,
right.
Not like that.
And that's corny.
Yeah,
that's corny too.
Never said this thing.
Right.
I also think it takes a bigger person to just actually admit you're wrong, and actually reflect on something. And
even if I
can respect a person who screws up, reflects on it, and does something better for themselves going forward.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have better game.
Yeah, even if she did hate on me,
sometimes it's like that. Man.
I gotta accept that.
Didn't work.
It is what it is. I wasn't gonna change that. She's gonna feel how she's gonna feel about me. I need to throw some salt into her wounds.
And that goes back to
the moment.
At the moment, man, I felt like I was gonna do it. She was so hurt. She was so hurt about it.
I got your
She blocked my
ass.
cousin Ty just for no reason, just because he was there. She blocked him too. I was like, damn.
You had something to do with it.
Right, yeah.
I've been part of a blockchain like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's effed up.
Yeah, that's one of the terrible. That's a terrible moment. Yeah,
Right.
like you said, that's a low moment.
Right.
But it's a low moment now.
Right.
But you like you said,
But at the moment, I felt like
one of them.
I felt like I was Future in that
Yeah.
moment. I felt like I was Future. Like there's no stopping me. I'm
I got you back.
right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, like I said, I don't think I come off as corny. It's just like I said, I most of everything I do, I try to put some thought into it or understand it, and also trial and error. You know, and some people, like I said, this is when you keeping it real with yourself. I'm doing something that's not working, and I'm gonna continuously to do it. Obvious, if I'm doing something and I'm trying to achieve a certain goal and I'm not achieving that goal, it's a reason for it. So if you're doing something, you got to look at what am I doing to not achieve what I'm trying to achieve. And I'm about to look at myself, what I'm doing, or how I'm going about it. So I'm going to examine myself, and I'm going to realize every time I do this, it fails. So I got to come up with something better. So I'm going to look at what I think I could do better or improve, or just something obvious I probably shouldn't have been doing, and try that. And if it works the next time out, I'm going to go with that. And it's just like I said, so I don't know if that's corny or
But what are you saying?
I'm not sure where you're going with it.
Are you saying you don't accept?
But what did you do, Dad? You gotta say what did you
go
did.
fix it yourself.
Well, I'm saying, say if I go out
it's just
and I dressed a certain way.
okay.
And I'm like, well, you know, I went out, I didn't really feel comfortable with what I had on that day. And it never resonated with me as a person. So when I went out, I never felt like I could connect because I wasn't comfortable with myself.
You were insecure.
Yeah, I wasn't even comfortable with myself. So maybe I need to look at because now I put it on, I wore it out, but then I get out and I'm like, I really didn't even like what I had on. So it made me uncomfortable. So it made a situation, I put my own self in that situation because I found myself not liking what I had on. And on top of that, it made me uncomfortable. So next time, I know I need to make sure what I'm wearing, I'm comfortable with.
But you was comfortable with it. Somebody else made you uncomfortable with it.
No, I made myself.
No, they did.
No,
Because
Greg. It is a you thing.
Yeah,
It was
it's a you
me.
thing. You can go out. No,
I'm just saying.
No, what I'm saying. No,
You psych yourself out.
Yeah, what I'm saying.
Because somebody did something.
It doesn't have to.
No.
It
doesn't even have
it
to
can
do
be
that. Yeah.
all internal. Is what we're telling.
Yeah.
Right. It does. You don't have to think about. You just go out because you're so already subconscious. He's already thinking about what he's wearing to go out.
Right.
And in a lot of ways, not like
And
in
then
a bad
doubt-
way.
doubt
it's sort of like
manifests.
a lot of ways
Yeah.
women go out. Guys can be the same way. You're very conscious of your
Yeah.
fashion. People are very conscious of what they look like when they go out. Women sometimes the same way. They go out and nothing to do with the other women sometimes. It's just internally they don't feel good about it. So like you look in the mirror, it's like
No matter how good they felt about it at first,
they can psych themselves out of it.
Right.
You get out there, it's
Doubt
like,
will
you
always
look at-
manifest.
I mean, like you say, you can base it, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
you.
it.
It's
Yeah.
nothing that anybody else did or said or anything. You're literally psyching yourself out based on either what you're seeing, what's around you, whatever. It's you psyching yourself out. It's nobody else.
Right.
Yeah.
It's you. Nobody else. Somebody else psyching you out is somebody putting something into your head. Somebody
yeah.
else
Yeah.
actually generating that thought process.
You look ugly.
Now that
Yeah,
happens.
you know what I'm saying?
That happens.
Let me
And
go
then
look at the
that-
mirror.
And then that causes like some root problems for some people because people used to get clowned on for dressing funny.
It's sort of
and
like,
all that.
okay,
But
you went out.
it's still like
It's sort of like
I
going
would
to the
even
school
say
dance
this.
and somehow you ended up naked. It's like a bad dream, right? You just
Right.
end up naked in front of everybody on the floor. Now you just feel awkward. So you don't act yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not your own person.
And I have had this happen one time. It's like you got dressed, you looking, feeling good, whatever. And then you get in the club and the same person got the same thing.
Seen that.
Oh yeah, that'll psych you out. That'll psych you out too. Damn, now I got like the same fit on. How am I supposed to,
Even though they shouldn't.
You know what?
But
that's what you call common. You know,
it happens.
That's why you have to create your own
persona.
Yeah, you grow into
if you do
that. You realize
that chance ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That chance ain't gonna happen.
That's why people be dressing ridiculous. Ain't nobody gonna
wear this.
If somebody come up in with this outfit on,
they stalking.
Do you think anybody in the NBA runs into one another and they actually match?
Only at the gym.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Outside of that, I'm wearing a mini skirt and a flannel crop top.
Yeah.
Something like that, something goofy. With a tie-dye tie.
Now listen.
Yeah.
I don't know where this fashion is going. I mean, maybe, like you said, I don't really see too many regular people dressing like this stuff. So
it takes a lot of money, honestly.
I'm just going to assume it's stylish and it's more about now being that we Instagramming and all this and all that. Now everything is about a click.
It's all for like a moment.
About a click, get
like
your
that,
thing on, get your show on. That's why I think some of these people be coming up in there looking. I'm just talking.
Well, they're sponsored.
That's what I'm saying. That stuff that they be wearing, you just don't see people walking out of Bennigan's with that stuff on. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that. You don't see that stuff.
Right.
Nowhere.
But it's slowly creeping into the mainstream. Like you got this would be considered.
No, that's simple.
If we went back to like what the 90s, this would be considered a little goofy.
No, that would be considered perfect for the 90s.
Actually, I don't know. For the 90s, in the 90s, that might have worked. 2000s, you would have been off.
Okay,
that would have been cross
50s. If we go back to the 50s, this would be goofy.
First of all, they would have hung you.
Like this. Right. He possessed. And where you get that? Where you get that deal? How you get that deal to do that?
I'm saying, like
he from outer space,
right? Yeah. I'm from outer space or something like that. I'm an alien.
Well, you ship,
right? But like the outlook on fashion changes with generation after generation. So at some point,
some of it comes back.
Right. Yeah. Some of it comes back. We are getting back to like the 2000s era, like neo trench coat matrix kind of stuff, type stuff going on.
Yeah.
But it's more cutting edge, more,
more.
It's a little twist.
Design different and all that. Because now we got new technology and stuff like that. To actually fit. Right.
The clothes is better.
Better fit or crazy things like this, like half tears and designs all in the clothes and stuff like that.
Like you would think, like certain things are supposed to be rough. Like blue jeans is supposed to have a blue jeany rough feel, but now they feel like cotton.
Soft.
Rayon and all. How my blue jeans all of a sudden
feeling like yoga pants?
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't no blue jean yoga pants on.
Blue jean.
I ain't no blue jeans stretched like that.
They do.
Everything fit.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you?
What?
Are you corny?
Well, no.
Right.
Yes. No.
No. That's it. No. Hell no.
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all said I couldn't. Hey, y'all said I couldn't be Russell Wilson corny, so I can't be corny.
Yeah, you gotta have some comparisons to be.
It's not
ain't nothing ever
You know how you're not corny, Greg? Because that one girl last week, whenever we were doing the episode, she was like, "Oh, who's Unc in the fit?" Right?
It was the one with the hat.
Yeah.
Find out it was me.
Right. Yeah. No, it was you.
So did you post another photo or something?
No, it was like I was just taking a video of us all gathered together.
Oh yeah, so then they were
looking at Greg. So
okay,
Greg,
see,
if you got young women,
I'm glad I didn't post though.
If you got young women interested in you, you can't be corny.
Nah, man, you win.
No, it could be something wrong with them.
Nah, but you can't be corny. Even if it's something wrong with them.
Why they looking at this corny go?
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
No,
I can't help who like me. No.
Looking at this corny old goat.
But yeah, I mean, if you got 20-year-old women rocking
really like,
right,
thirsty.
Right. If you got 20-year-old women rocking with you, you can't be corny.
Right, I can't be,
40s to
but
50s,
I'm gonna be hauling tail from it.
Right.
I wouldn't do that.
Right. Because you got the youth on your side. And that's who determines really what is and isn't corny, the youth.
Yeah, true. Because we don't really know. We don't even consider, older, like you said, like this stuff right here, it's that generation. Like I said, I get caught up in them generational thing, but the older generation, most of the podcasts they do is about religion, gospel.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
So I like to stay somewhat relevant in what goes on. Keep up a little bit, but I don't. There's no way in heck I could keep up with all the stuff that y'all got going on. The stuff that's bombarded daily. That's out. You can't keep up with all that.
Well, it's not relevant to you, so there's no point in really keeping up with it 24/7. I mean, if you had like kids that were in school or something, that'd be different. But there's no real reason for you to.
In order to not be corny and be hip, you gotta
know that stuff.
Know this stuff, yeah. So,
or you're gonna be that old outdated uncle.
Like I said, I don't want to be the old dude.
What my
in
daddy
the club.
records at?
You know what I'm saying? I've never. That was something I was like, I would never be
the old
dude in the club. I'll never be that guy.
Yeah,
but one day
I quit going to the club.
Came in with the feather hat on.
And
one day
changed the outfit.
It's not gonna make any sense, Greg. One day it's just not gonna make any sense.
In the club.
No, I mean like you're gonna reach a certain point where it's like you're so out of touch, like with what the kids got you going on.
Yeah, I couldn't even go, and that happened. That's what like I pulled. No, I'm done.
Right? Yeah,
I am done. They come out there swinging and. I can't be doing this. I don't even want to accidentally.
Y'all don't have any 40s?
Caught up like that. That's when you start going
45,
to
events.
Dog. You know what I'm saying?
Events are really fun.
Where it's going to be a more mature
crowd or a set number of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Greg's gonna pop up to the party asking who's got the E or something like that, and everybody's gonna look at you
at the full-time cocktail party type of stage now.
Yeah, that's why I'm at. I'm a cocktail party dude.
Right.
That's it.
But I will go to an old school,
chill party.
Yeah, they can get a little wild. I like them too.
Get a little wild, but the numbers probably limited.
Where they got the fried chicken and the fish.
I'm just saying the events. See, like they be having the events
and the faux dog
at the Elks with the oldest crowd and stuff like that. I like
how many people usually would be there?
How
many people would normally?
Hundreds.
Crowded.
Yeah, it'd be crowded. It's the older crowd.
So it's just a different environment.
It's a different environment.
It's not like club every week. It's club every now and then.
Ain't none of y'all couldn't even get in. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they could at a certain age. They start letting them in at an age. Yeah.
I'm going to find me a cougar to go take me up in there.
Now, if you come with a date, you can come in.
That's it.
They ain't gonna card you. You better come in there with somebody looking 40.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And
that's the main thing.
If y'all together, you okay.
Yeah.
That's before 10. Now at 11:30 or 12, they might just go on here and let you in after that. But in the midst of the party, you can't get in unless you with a date. Okay. If you underage.
Yeah.
All right.
They usually don't even let dudes in because usually underage dudes, they want to be starting off with trouble.
They're the ones that crazy.
Yeah, they usually try to avoid that if all possible. Because the old ones in there be about to get some stuff started. You see what I'm saying? So you know that young testosterone is going crazy.
And the old dude like, I still got it now.
You know, they going,
Something I realized, you know how I know Greg is corny?
Yeah.
He's the only guy who actually thought about having the sweat on the mic. He's the only guy in the room, to consider like, I'm sweating, so I might need to.
I did. That's why I did that.
That's corny.
Corny.
That's corny.
That's corny.
It's corny to care.
It's like I don't.
Russell Wilson would have did that.
Right. Yeah. Right.
I don't really sweat.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm holding the heck out this mic.
Right.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, dang, I think that might be a good time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate everybody who stuck around to listen to us today here on the WTB here at Random University. So feel free to subscribe, like I said, million times already. But
free.
Can't help it. But it's free. It helps us out once again. So please, if you can, like, share, and subscribe. And once again, I guess we'll just be back with you soon. Holla at you. Peace.
Holla at your boy.